hold on. I gotta find my notes. All right, DBZ style recap. Here we go. Oh my gosh. I swear I have no idea what's going on with this team, Goddess. Like, I totally got knocked out again, and then I came to, and Maddie was just beating Small's corpse. He just caved his chest in and everything. So Malin's pushing me over there. I'm running, trying to heal Smalls. I look over. Suddenly, Drew's down and dying. I try to heal Drew, but what the shit, Goddess? Like, you give me healing powers and they don't fucking work. I don't understand what the hell that is. Anyway, he was totally delusional. He was having some sort of weird fever dream, muttering to himself and talking about how Smalls just attacked him. Like, I don't know what's going on with this team. But I couldn't do anything for him, so he must also have some sort of weird curse or something. Anyway, we'll figure it out, Goddess. I just need your help a little bit to put some pep in his step. Then suddenly some creepy dude popped up out of the middle of nowhere and turned that asshole into like a blood coin, hellfire coin, or whatever it is. He kept muttering something about the first one is free. Everyone seemed to know what he was talking about, but yeah, whatever. You were there. You understand. Um. Anyway, afterwards, we decided to explore the room a little bit. We found some map with some notes. Apparently, people have been following us. Can you believe? I think they called Ellie a witch. Fucking assholes. I think they called me an abomination, but you know. Um. Anyway, it's pretty rude. Lovely girlies like us don't need to handle that. Apparently, we also contracted something called the Fey fever. Like, it doesn't make us hot, so I totally think it's curable. We're gonna look into that. And that's when everything kind of got weird. So there were some giant cauldrons bubbling in the background, aesthetic for evil people's lairs. Suddenly, Drew rushes towards a cauldron, pauses, looks around, and then just drinks it. Like, what kind of weirdo just drinks out of something? Like, they don't know if somebody else's lips has been on there. And then, like, his tongue split like a serpent down the middle. It was real creepy. And while I was about to chastise Drew for drinking strange liquids he found on the floor, Malin runs to the other one, like she knows what she's doing, stares directly at Drew, and drinks it. Like, I don't know if they have some hidden code, like I don't know, like sewage water. I don't even know. Anyway, after that happened, Malin just like um exploded with blood. It just kept pouring out of, at least I think it was blood. It was like amber colored, kind of like honey. It just started flowing out of her. And it was really terrifying. She seemed to be handling it as well as someone would that is covered in blood, but hopefully nothing bad comes out of it. I We also tried casting some spells to see if it would heal her. That didn't work at all. Drew determined that it was some sort of powerful curse and that she needed to ride it out. So hopefully that happens. Although I don't know if Drew had a secret way of finding out that it was a curse. He seemed to try and lick her a couple of times. It was real into that. Really kind of weird. I don't know if that's like supposed to be public, but yeah, he tried to lick her a couple of times. Malin also was really fragrant. It wasn't like a bad smell. It kind of reminded me of like flowers, pollen, something sweet. Uh, but we all did make it back to the warehouse in one piece. Some Maddie just let some stranger walk in, who wanted to talk to us. But just as that happened, Malin stopped breathing. So I think the curse is totally affecting her. And Goddess, I know she's a bomb bitch. I know she drinks weird shit. She has like that psychopath boyfriend. But seriously, Goddess, we need her. We can't afford to have something bad happen to her. I just hope we have something that can save her. That's what I got.
Beautiful. Love it. Is there anything anybody else wants to add? Going once? Going twice? Okay. Mark is still not here, but we are going to dive in. We're not waiting any longer. We're going to jump right back into it all. Just as Quinn described, chaotic day. It's been a hell of a day. Where you guys thought you were safe back at the warehouse. Yep, there's a new face that Maddie opened the door and let in, and she introduced herself as Joan Jett, but didn't really get a whole lot into that conversation before all of you caught a glimpse that Alan had stopped breathing. Motionless, draws no breath. What's everybody doing? Take us away.
Well, Ellie realizes that she stopped breathing and grabs the mascot out of her backpack to bring over to Malin and just tuck underneath her arm. Because she doesn't know what to do.
Maddie's gonna run over there when he sees her start to collapse to go. Can you do like a medicine check on her, see if there's anything on the outside at all that he can see is wrong?
Yeah, roll me a medicine check.
I also want to do a medicine check, and I think I'm already by her.
Okay. You guys can either give advantage to one or the other, or you can both make a roll. It's your choice.
I already rolled, otherwise I would have given it to Drew, but 14.
14?
I got an 8.
8? She bled to death. Every porous portion of her body where blood could escape. Open wounds, nose, mouth, ears, what could be described as her nose and ears, her eyes, just slick with that sticky ichor of her blood, that amber-colored, what you could describe as her blood.
Nobody has her blood type. Except those bugs?
You mean the paralysis bug that, like, practically tried to kill us all? What are you talking about?
Yeah, that they had poison, but I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. Sorry.
I don't know if we have time for this. I think we need to do something. Quinn isn't going to touch Malin, but she's going to basically pray over Malin. Goddess, I totally know you're listening, and I know I did just swear at you for, not letting me heal people, but I kind of really need you to heal this one. She's a bomb-ass bitch. She protects me. I totally need your power here. I don't know what I can offer you. You've given me so much. I need this to stay in my life because she's actually, not attacking the rest of the team, and she just seems like a good person, Goddess. We need your guidance.
Roll me a D100.
D100. Okay.
And Malin, what are the last thoughts passing through your mind right now as you literally feel yourself kind of slip away? There's nothing else for you to latch on to in this moment.
Regret. She's going to be thinking about how she put herself in this group and put a bunch of people in this precarious situation, involved herself in all of these things where she doesn't belong. And how she's going to leave Maddie and Drew and everybody else that she didn't get the chance to get to know well enough.
67. There's no response from the other side. You prayed hard. That was beautiful. But I will grant you this in this moment, that usually when you heal somebody or when you pray, when you ask for that connection to bring somebody back, like you've done it with Smalls, you've done it with other people before, and when you heal people, you feel there's like a tether, like a line straight from you to one other person that connects you, and that's the transference of that positive energy from you, that positive magic from you to that person that heals them, that brings them back. You feel absolutely no tether to Malon's body, but not for a lack of trying. There is something there that will not let you connect.
Quinn's gonna fall back just a little bit. I totally feel empty. It's not. I can't do anything more. Guys, we have to do something.
The first one's free. The first one free. What about oh, but that's only in death, right? That's soul coin. What about
Crowley?
Crowley?
Smalls, you got an idea of Crowley?
Oh, I have an idea, but it was not Crowley. But we would all want to clear out of here before we try. What if Maddie bit her?
Maddie's holding Malin still right now, and I think he's just he's not really listening at all. He's starting to build up a lot of stress and a lot of fear, a little bit of frustration coming up right now.
I don't know if you guys can feel that energy, but he's close to changing anyway. If we lose her, we're all dead. We're so beat up at this point. But what if we all cleared out? Maddie let himself go, changed, and bit her.
What? Who's this person that is in the room? I'm sorry, I forgot your name.
Oh, my name's Joan, baby. Look,
Joan.
yeah.
Can you do anything for a friend?
Whoa. I'm just a musician, honey. I came here to offer y'all a job. I don't know what's going on here. No, I ain't no healer, baby. Sorry.
Just reaching him up.
Does anybody else have any ideas? Anything? What direction you guys want to go?
Oh, the primer. That book. Can I look in the book that I got and see if there's anything? I don't know what it is. I know it's just a primer. It's a teaching book.
Mm-hmm.
Can I?
It would take you time to translate and actually investigate it. It's something that you haven't even unlocked yet. You notice that there is a bit of a clasp on there that you haven't been able to get into the book. You know, just looking at it, you'd realize it would take you more time than you have right now. But I need a decision from the group. Any plans? Any last struggles?
I'm going to probably follow Smalls' lead and say, yeah, let's clear out, guys, because I think Maddie's about to let loose either way.
One way or the other, we all need to get out of here if we want to survive, because if she doesn't, neither do we. And Smalls, we're going to look at Maddie and kind of give him a nod. Just like, I get it, bro, but it's not that we don't. Just kind of that eye-to-eye contact or that look that I get that you're hurting. It's not that we don't care, but if we don't clear, you're gonna fucking kill everybody.
I feel like she was the only one who brought him back last time, so I don't know if we have any options. You guys, we were decimated by him last time.
Which is why we need to leave, Quinn. Because
To
if
let him loose in the city?
he dies and he turns, there is no bringing him back. I stand by what I said. Do we encourage him to fight her? Maybe his curse, maybe his curse will transfer and bring her back.
I'll follow the group on this one. There's nothing more I can do.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing. I think we should leave. Joan, we need to leave. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's like we got to get out of this warehouse now. And gosh, how far do we have to go?
The warehouse. We need to get to the warehouse. He'll know where it's at, but at least Ingus and Angus will be there. They might have an idea.
You're in the warehouse.
We're in
Smalls.
the warehouse.
Oh, shit, sorry, my bad.
You're all good. Angus and Angus just aren't there. They're off somewhere.
Does any of us have a sending stone to Ingus or Angus at all?
Yeah, I
It's-
think Small still has it.
I've got one.
It's at that time. You guys have had a lot of time, quote unquote, has passed in the decisions. So, who's all moving? Who's all staying?
Stealthing out of there.
I'm leaving with Joan. I'm taking Joan with me. Come on, Joan.
Okay, baby.
Smalls
Oh,
is
leaving.
Smalls is grabbing Quinn and Argus and saying, "You two, let's go."
I'm staying.
Drew and Maddie.
Yeah, I'm for sure staying.
All right. Malin.
Yeah, I'm staying. I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, well, I know. Yeah, you're not going anywhere.
Melon was.
Because I'm getting to something. If you would all calm down.
Smalls is gonna holler back to
I had to
Maddie.
make the joke.
Smalls is gonna holler back to Maddie.
Ma-
I wish the best for you. I will find you on the other side.
Malin. You get a last ride. One last chance to do or say something. Make it count.
I am so sorry that I put myself where I do not belong. For causing all these issues and trying so hard to be something that I'm just so obviously not. I hope that the memories that you recover, Drew, are worth what you've been trying so hard to give up. And for you, Matt, it hasn't slipped by me that everybody keeps calling you a prince. I don't know what all that is, and I know that I won't get the chance to now, but you seem more like a king to me. I'm gonna, very gently shrug my swords towards them. And then I'm gonna kind of, clear my throat and go, you guys protected me as long as you could. And I would appreciate it if I could also protect you guys through these. And thank you for showing me what it is to be someone instead of a something.
Malin drifts away. Everybody except Drew and Maddie are making their way towards exits. Drew? Maddie? Anything?
I think Maddie's still in shock, holding Malin right now, and just asking again for Mia. Mia, please. Don't. No, Mia. And he's starting to shake from the frustration. If it's starting to set in, that she might be gone.
Drew? Anything?
Put my hand on Maddie's shoulder and just say, I'm so sorry. But please, I can't lose both of you.
Quinn, who is being pulled along by Smalls, is going to break as best she can, like break away from him, pull away from him, and say, "God damn it! I've got to try. There's got to be something." She's going to run full sprint to Malin, and I am desperately going to try to use Revivify. She's already dead, so I can't do much more to her, can I?
Still got a diamond?
I do. I still have a diamond. Because I didn't have to use it on Drew, because Drew almost died.
Okay.
Okay, sweet. I do have a spell slot. Attempt at Revivify.
The diamond crumbles in your hands as you place it onto her. And still, that same tether. The magic is spent. You are casting the spell. It's just not finding purpose. You don't have that tether, that connection. Something. And yet, you hear something. In fact, all of you begin to hear something. It's like the scraping of 1,000 upon 1,000 tiny little legs scraping across metal. Something hard. And it's getting louder. It's like it feels like it's kind of all around you. Skittering, skittering, scratching, scratching, skittering. Louder, louder. And it's then thousands upon thousands of tiny insects, from centipedes to millipedes, all the crawly things, so many legs, slick with this black ichor. And it doesn't smell sweet, no. This is foul. Begins to crawl out of Malin's mouth. Her open maw, slack-jawed from her tongue, that new little evolved virgin appendage in her mouth, dances in her little lifeless husk as these things crawl and twist and find their way out. Maddie, they begin just covering your hands, moving their way up your chest, up your neck. Drew, they're finding their way across the floor to your feet. Quinn, same with you. Up your hands, across those awesome tatas. Just everywhere. Her body shifts and cracks as the crawlers just move freely across her otherwise motionless corpse. Her hands suddenly extend up as if on strings. Maddie, they're out of your hands. They're just straight up. And you hear the popping of her elbows. That crunching. Same with her knees. Cracking like eggs. And her elbows and her knees suddenly snap backwards and are set in reverse. And then you all begin to hear the bones of her carapace re-harden beneath that pretty, pretty little carapace. Just a couple quick seconds. Is anybody doing or say anything? Or do you just watch? Going once.
I think
Going twice.
Smalls is going to look over at Quinn and say, "Back up."
Quinn's gonna slowly pull away, not really brushing the bugs off of her, but just kind of just pulling away, not necessarily from the bugs, but from the body.
It's a good thing, because all of a sudden you all begin hearing the scraping of metal grinding on hard wood. Maddie, Drew, those weapons that she handed you, all of a sudden they are moving as if alive. That dual-bladed scimitar that she acquired from that wildling leader, Elder Ingrid, all that time ago, folds in on its organic grip, and it begins to move on its own, crawling like little bladed arms left, right. Much like the razor-edge mandibles of that creature that you fought when you freed Quinn. Left, right, right, left, dragging and scraping across the hardwood floor, making its way back towards Malon's body. Malon's twitching and wriggling body as these things come pouring out. Then suddenly it splits at the grip, moving on its own still. And you hear that same cracking of bones as these blades begin to slip into the palms of her hands and down her arms, and then begin to burst out of the newly formed reversed elbows. And the blades extend out of her persons, becoming one and fused with her flesh. The malleable flesh of her forearms. The blade is forever now embedded in her very body, folding black and almost like a vicious switchblade on either side, ready to trigger like a spring. You all continue to stand and watch.
I had nat 20 stealth, so I'm in a good cover.
From your perch, you can see the insect hordes begin to retreat back. But they begin to congeal into this one thick Icarus mass as it begins to retreat back into her. No stains, no evidence of them on your persons, on the floor, even on your clothes. No, it just all begins to ooze back into her persons. Any entrance they can find, too. It's no longer just her mouth. Her eyelids pop up and they swim back up underneath her ears, her nose, everywhere.
Smalls are going to continue to beckon Quinn towards him, like, "Get this way now, you dumbass."
Malon's carapace, her very flesh. She doesn't have a traditional skin like all of you know. She is still very much so insectoid. It darkens gray, and that Icarus mass that is now retreating back inside of her body begins to sprawl itself out throughout her entire form, as if these thick, black, coarse veins now protrude throughout her entire delicate form.
Quinn's gonna back up in a little bit more of a hurry and whisper, "I'm sorry."
Those switchblade arms, those curved edge blades out of her arms, suddenly unsheath and snap out this loud, audible snap. The blades then return back into her arms and she falls flat.
Maddie will still run over to her then.
I'm gonna hold Maddie back.
I'm pretty quick. I don't know.
I'm like already like holding your arm. Come on.
You know what? Let's have some fun with this. Let's make an opposed athletics check. And I'm going to give Drew advantage because he's already holding you.
Can we do it as a grapple instead of athletics?
Yeah, technically it's a grapple. He's trying to hold you back.
Yeah, I'm gonna use acrobatics then, though.
Okay. Acrobatics or athletics, your choice.
I'm gonna slither out of this so hard. Natural 2, 10.
Ooh.
18.
Drew, in this moment, I'm going to use this. Drew, in this moment, displays a level of strength and like he's a fucking oak right now. Like Drew's been a very competent fighter. He's shown a lot interesting amount of abilities, but in this moment, Maddie, he is on a level like Smalls, maybe more in this moment, as he just grabs you by the arm and grabs you by the shoulder, and you just cannot go.
Yeah, I already used my Misty Step too, so I'm kind of stuck. Maddie's just screaming to let him go, trying to get to Malin.
As you scream and as you struggle, that skittering sound throughout the entire warehouse begins to recede, and it grows quiet. Deathly quiet. Like you could hear a mouse fart in here right now. And you all just hear nothing but the struggles of Drew and Maddie and the deathly quiet of this place.
Smalls is going to look at Quinn and at Argus and go, God damn it. You two continue. And he's going to move towards Drew to help remove Maddie out of the situation. So I'm on my way to go help Drew remove Maddie out of here. But I'm telling Argus and Quinn to get away.
And the rest of you wait. Just quiet silence. And you all hear this ear-splitting screech. It's not like a bird. It's not like anything else. It's like the scraping of legs like a grasshopper would, only it's at such a high-pitched scraping that the sound is like it should almost be inaudible. But it is the most ear-splitting sound that you can possibly imagine as Malin sits straight up and just unleashes the sound on all of you. 4, 5, 6 seconds or so of this just shattering noise. Even a couple of the windows on the second level, you can hear them crack. And then her sound returns to a breath. Malin. You see Drew. You see Smalls holding back an infuriated, borderline Maddie. And everyone else keeping a very wide berth. Go ahead.
Did I do something?
Yeah.
Did I miss something?
Yeah, you fucking died.
Well,
Thank the
What the
goddess.
fuck?
I'm gonna try to like stand and then be like, oh, I've changed again, haven't I? Okay. But Hi. Hello. I am 75% sure I'm not actually dead.
Can I push Drew and Smalls off of me now, or are they still in a death grip?
That's up to them if they're still holding you. Malin, as you go to put your hand on the ground to like try to lift yourself up, you notice that the blades on you, you notice the new additions to your arms and the new angle of your arms and your legs as you try to stand yourself up. These blades extend a couple inches out farther than your palm, so as you go to put your hand down on the ground to push yourself up, you're actually kind of like using them like walking canes. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna probably like sit and try to like stare at them and see if I can figure out a way to retract them.
As you look at that, Drew, Smalls, what do you guys? Are you letting Maddie go?
Yeah, I'll let Maddie go.
Hesitantly.
I'm gonna run over to Malin then. Just stopping in front of her and staying speechless at that point.
I'm gonna, when he starts running over to me, I'm gonna like put my arms upwards so that they're like angled away from him, and be like, "Wait, I haven't figured out how to put these away yet. I don't want to hurt you."
He'll go ahead and grab her and start hugging her.
Arms out to the side.
Just like,
Super awkward, like, yeah. He's not letting go.
so sorry.
Can I do Eyes of the Grave?
Sure. That tells you if you can sense an undead, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No. You don't sense an undead.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm gonna.
you definitely sense an undead, but you don't sense
Well.
one coming from her.
I'm just gonna keep apologizing like over and over and over again while Maddie's hugging me.
Told you she's a bomb bitch. She totally had this.
After a not appropriate amount of time of hugging, I'll go ahead and I'll back to it. As everyone's trying to come in, I'm sure.
Can I like find? Do I have to roll something to figure out how to put the things away?
Oh. You know what? Roll me nature, perception. Sure. Roll something.
Okay,
Surprise me.
I'll do nature because that's a +5 for me.
Sure. Roll at an advantage.
I do
Okay.
have a curiosity. Malin kind of like her
Mhm.
arms are kind of like praying mantis right now, right? Like when I'm imagining it, but
You can say that.
like
Yeah.
Okay.
17 total.
17?
Mhm.
Yeah, there's no retracting anymore.
They're just
These are part of you. You can extend them out, but there's no extending them further in. There's no hiding them. There's no covering them up. These are just you. Now.
Can I do a divine sense? Hollow theme, undead, evil.
Sure. What do you sense? Or what do you your divine sense picks up what now?
Celestial fiend, undead, hollow spell, good or evil.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to hug Maddie back. Then, since I can't retract them, I'm just gonna very carefully like try to hug him, like Edward Scissorhands trying to hug somebody.
Okay.
And then afterwards, I want to be like, is there a mirror here? I kind of feel like my coloration is off.
I'm gonna point. Oh my god. Oh,
Keep going.
Okay.
I'm still in my stealth.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I totally thought I had a mirror somewhere, but it looks like I lost it. Quinn's like rummaging through her pack. But don't worry, babe. The color looks great on you. Don't even worry about it. Everyone needs a tan every now and then.
You guys are looking at me really weird right now.
Was there a mirror in the room at all, Marshall, or anything?
A mirror?
Yeah, just since it's a warehouse, by chance.
Not particularly. You might find one in Angus's room.
Then
I'm not going into his room.
I would imagine one of you has a mirror in like your gear. I think one of like the starting packs is like somebody has a small hand mirror.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pull that out and give it to Malin.
I would say like probably Quinn. You probably have a small hand mirror. You know,
I don't. I checked my bag. I don't.
Okay.
I was like, it's like I should have one, but I don't.
Just for the sake of fun, we're gonna say that you had you're Quinn. You at some point probably got yourself a mirror.
Perfect. Okay.
How shiny.
with my not 20 stealth. Oh, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna ask, how do you think the pan would be shiny enough from how much it just got incinerated with heat last match or last fight? Probably not. Here you go, Martin.
Okay, so with my nat 20 stealth, am I able to get behind Malin and do like an advantage on like a grapple?
Whoa.
I could say you could have advantage. Yeah.
Or a ram?
You're stealthing though, trying to get close to her.
I'm on a nat 20 stealth that I did while following Malin's transformation this entire time that I rolled before the transformation ended. So I was tracking everything that was happening so far.
Okay. I'm not going to say that you get behind her, but you could definitely like drop down. Like you're up in a rafter hiding, I would say.
Because I need to try and pin Malin.
Try and pin Malin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
What do I roll for that?
It's an opposed athletics check, so it's either athletics or acrobatics. Malin's going to be at disadvantage, like pretty hardcore.
Yeah. I still have like 3 levels of exhaustion.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna do acrobatics.
Okay.
A 24.
16.
Oh yeah.
Neither of my rolls would have made it actually. My first one was a 23.
Nice. Even on disadvantage. Yeah.
You suddenly, out of nowhere, like, I was stealth this entire time, all of a sudden you hear this pin Malin to the ground. I'm like, God, this is a fiend!
Hey!
Alright, roll initiative. Let's do this.
I think my immediate is just gonna be like,
so bad! I knew, like, something's up with you, Malin. You cough up right now. You gotta confess, do something, because I'm
What
about
are you
to do
talking
something
about?
crazy. Gotta do something crazy. Gotta do fucking crazy. Bro, Malin's voice just like freaking out because it's a friend, and I'm like, I'm sensing fiend. That's all I can sense. There's no other information. There's nothing else. Oh my god. It is deep. It is
Monroe,
deep.
I need you to take a breath and get off of my rib. That hurts.
No, guys, come on.
Maddie's
Get him.
gonna I go.
Wait, can I hit him?
Yeah, you go first. You go first, Drew. Go ahead.
I just want to punch him.
I'm a 16 armor class, so you guys are more than welcome.
I'm sorry, you said you're 16? That's a 21?
Okay. What does it look like? Well, I'm like, guys, this is deep, this is fiend, this is...
I mean, you take 2 points of damage, but no, Drew's just gonna come up and he's gonna like pull back and punch you to get you off of Malin.
Get off of Malin! Oh, my fucking nose!
Sit the fuck down, Morn.
Sit down! Dude, did we not all see this? Or smell that? Like, am I the only one taking crazy pills right now?
Did Morn let go, or is Morn still holding Malin?
I'm still there. I just got decked in the face.
Yeah, I'd say it's not damage to like make him let go just yet, but they're having this conversation. He's still kind of wriggling on there.
What do I have to do to get you off of me?
You gotta explain the smell, the atmosphere, the bugs, the metal sound. Like, what the fuck? And then Fiend? Are you freaking kidding me? Have you been, like, against us this entire time? Against me? What does Fiend mean? You gotta explain some things, man.
I don't know what a fiend is either. I don't know what you're talking about with bugs. Okay? All that I know is that I have been changing a lot recently. This is nothing new. I literally just hatched out of a thing. Like 2 days ago.
And now you're alive. Crazy.
I don't know what's happened. I don't even know what I look like right now. This isn't the first time that you've seen me change. Which is why I'm marginally unfazed as of right now, other than the color and the weird shape of my arms and legs. I don't know what a fiend is just as much as you do.
It's a deep... It's... Oh. Maddie, you can do something, right? I'm gonna look at you.
I was letting the conversation play, but Maddie's gonna come beat Morn as hard as he can.
Yay!
Yeah, Maddie, you know what I'm talking about. Go ahead, Maddie.
Oh shit! Got a natural 20 on my roll.
He deserves it.
I hope your life is okay. Let's see.
For now.
36 damage on one punch.
Oh god.
Would you believe I have 14 hit points left? I got knocked the fuck out.
It's definitely more than enough to break your grapple, though. So.
Yeah, I am off. Yeah, there's no way.
You go sliding across the floor, the hardwood floor, a little bit.
I set this anime style punch on me, just like.
Maddie will stand between Malin and Morn for sure.
The fuck.
As much as Morn deserves to be hit, please stop hitting Morn.
Maddie looks at Drew. See what Drew wants to do.
Please. I just...
I'm sorry, yeah.
I mean, is this really so much of a stretch? I mean, I did, like, form my own cocoon and hatch out of that in the middle of another fight before, too. That was not too long ago.
Yeah, well, that was fairly normal compared to what we just saw.
Guys, I hate to interrupt everything that's going on, but, you know, attacking each other really needs to stop. But she seems to be okay for right now. We have someone else here that's supposed to talk to us, and I think we are all just really tired, and most of this can just wait till the morning. So can we, like, sleep and then hash it out later?
I would love that. I'm so tired.
Quinn, you're so smart.
It's around this time that you guys like had mentioned the other person that was still in the room. I was gonna message something to Argus. Argus, you went over towards the main door with like Smalls and Joan Jett and everybody that was like, and they're making their way towards the door, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Staying fairly close to Quinn until she ran to go try to revivify the dying bug.
Yeah, you and Joan Jett are the only ones still over by the door, and she's just been like sitting here, like taking this all in. And she, in fact, has like kind of taken a little of a kind of a green leafy substance and began rolling it up into this like nice, pretty big fucking fatty. And she just lit this bad boy up, watching this all go down. And she's been offering it to you, robot or not.
I've
Billy's
just
by
been,
her.
I've been enjoying it.
Oh yeah, I was gonna message this over, but I didn't have time. It's like, yeah, Argus and Joan Jett have been just sitting here toking the fuck up, watching all of this drama. This drama roll down.
This is a normal occurrence with our group. I'm sorry.
And
Damn,
Ellie's
babies.
sitting close by and she's just waving in front of her nose like, oh my gosh, did somebody let a skunk in? Oh my gosh, what is happening?
I've got to, yeah. Ellie was also there. I take it you didn't partake. But no, Joan Jett is just like, damn, babies. Whew. Letty said y'all's group was a little peculiar. But this? Oh, y'all are metal as fuck. I'm so into it. She's just like kicking this thing back.
Well, hey, good looking.
I'm gonna hit him again.
Go for it. Commit to the damage.
Damn.
It's just 2.
Yeah, you just kind of reach back and, just kind of like backhand him a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't even know where to begin now. I came. Look. Letty over at the guild told me to come hit you all up. I think you guys were good for it. You kind of up and coming. I need some help. I just came here to hire y'all for a quick gig tomorrow night. Most of my roadies and shit like that aren't available. I need roadies and security for a party tomorrow night. Okay, that's it. I got to go over to. I booked this gig. I'm playing for this rich asshole over in the fucking Sylvaden district. I can't pay much. Okay, starving artists and all that. You get it. But listen, baby, it's easy work. Y'all can mingle with some rich assholes. Marketing, exposure. Come on, help a honey out. I mean, this is freaking me the fuck out right now. So I'm trying to, I'm trying to take a deep breath. Yeah.
Are we supposed to be at that party?
What?
Yeah, I think we're already going to that.
We're going to that party.
It's some guy named Polly. Yeah. Paulo Di Samedi Rex.
Yeah.
Yes.
As he's like talking, I'm gonna like pick up my stuffed animal very carefully and just like pass it to Smalls. Or no, to Quinn. And I'll be like, can you have her hold this for a little bit? It'll help her calm down.
Sure, whatever you say, babes. Hey, honey, you might want to hold on to this. Apparently, it helps.
Oh, that's cute. Oh, cuddly. Yeah, it's helping out a little bit. Here, Argus, finish this for me, baby. And she just hands you the rest of this thing.
I would like that back.
Oh,
but
yeah, of course.
I
For now,
just
you
hold
it and just like eat it.
like just before you leave.
No problem. Yeah, that helps. Yeah, look. I need a couple people to help me out between sets. Okay, we're gonna be playing the whole night. We're gonna be there, so I need 2 of you to help me out at any given time. Look, you're mostly gonna be there to help move some stuff around. You're my roadies, okay? You can be working stuff behind the scenes, moving, helping set up stuff between sets. Might have you doing a little crowd work, just helping out. But I need 2 of you between each set, okay? And I'm playing 3 sets that night, tomorrow night. Yeah.
You said, who sent you over?
Letty.
And how much does it pay?
I could pay you 1,000 gold. Look, I know you got a big group here and all, but like I said, starving artist.
I look with the rest of the team to see if anyone has an
Good.
opinion.
I'll do it.
I mean, we're totally going to be there anyway, so
That's
Mhm.
great. I mean,
I might as
The-
well
the
get
same-
Kelsey there.
the same too. You don't need to help out every set either. Like I said, it's just two of you helping out each set. 3 different sets. You can trade out if you guys want to move around, do your party thing. I just need 2 of you at any given time. That's all. That's all I'll need. We'll be set, baby.
Maddie will walk over then, since we have at least 2 people already saying yes, and reach out a hand to handshake it.
Okay.
With my good hand.
And
The one hand you got left. She actually draws up and she grabs a quick vellum out of like a kind of like a satchel she's got in her side. She pulls it out. It's like, just sign here on the dotted line, baby. I mean, if y'all are just, if you're signing up as, I know you're not Letty said y'all aren't a full-fledged company yet, so that's fine. But if he speaks for all of y'all, they just sign here. It's like, I'm not gonna need all of y'all to participate or anything like that. It's just, I just need 2 people from your group at any given time throughout the sets. That's it. So if you want to trade out, move around, it's all fine by me, baby. I got lots of things you can be doing. Plenty of work.
Sounds good.
If no one voices at all, I'm gonna go ahead and just sign it.
Everybody good?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm coughing in the corner.
Got like a loose tooth going on here. I'm just going to go through the rules here of what this contract entails and like what this is going to be. Like this is something else you could do at the party in addendum to all the other stuff that's going to be going on here. So, helping out the band, okay? This is Joan Jett and the Blackhearts is the name of her group, okay?
Woohoo!
Basically, players not wanting, this is above the table, players not wanting or able to participate in the gala's like swimwear, masquerade, dress up theme, or just anybody that's kind of had enough, you guys can take up this job and attend as entertainment roadies. It does not require a costume, and no mask is required. You're basically working with the band, okay? 2 players have to be helping out the band throughout the evening at each of the social intervals of the event. There's 3 times in total. Basically, there's 3 stages to this party: beginning, middle, end. The same members do not need to participate each time, so feel free to mix it up, okay? Helping the band does remove you from participating in other party games or having any real extended conversations with players or NPCs that are not in that room, not in the dance area. We'll get more to that later. So roles will be made to help out the band, okay? Any skill can be used if you can explain or justify using it, okay? Examples like you can use athletics to move amps and do stage work, acrobatics to jump out in the crowd and dance and amp everything up. You could use performance to jazz up the music and jazz up the performance and be a hype man. You could use arcana to maybe jazz it up a little bit with a little bit of magic or something like that.
Pyrotechnics.
Yes, and get creative with your skill use, okay? Roles can be made to help the band, okay? And like I said, any skill can be used. These are ranks of 10, 15, and 20 determine personal success, okay? And contribute to the total band success for that stage of the evening. Totals of 20 or less, not good. Totals, this is for all players participating. So basically, if you got 2 people participating, you roll, say, a 10 and you have a 15 in that skill, that's 25. You're rolling that. So basically for totals, 20 or less between the both of you, bad. 21 to 49 is a solid success. 50 combined or higher is a rousing success. Don't really know what that means until you get there or at the end of the party. I can post all of that to chats and stuff like that later if you need a more detailed explanation. Does that make sense?
Sounds good.
Okay. 2 people must be 2 people must be helping the band at all times. It does not say only 2. So if you want to throw an extra person in there to guarantee or help get that 50 or higher, you absolutely can.
Hey guys, as we plan it, we're gonna throw it into the private channel just so everyone has it up and about looking at it.
Sounds good. Quick question. Are we allowed to use spells as well as just our regular skills, or does everything have to be like physical? Like pyrotechnics have to actually be fireworks; they can't be a magical display.
I guess you're gonna have to find that out when you get there.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions on that? This is all above the table here, so if you got questions or concerns or anything like that, ask now. We can bring it up later too.
Yeah, we're doing it all private chat, but
Okay.
I think
set up. I'll post it all
set
up
that
later. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, she rolls up the Maddie's signing for the entire group. You sign it for Eternal Vanguard, not quite established yet, but it is what it is. You're signing up the entire group to participate as needed. She rolls up the Valium. She actually she actually takes a purse off of her satchel there and hands it to you. It's 500 gold up front. Half now, half when we're done.
Maddie takes it.
Whew. Y'all wild. Okay. Not gonna lie. Here. I mean, she hands you the stuffed animal back. I really appreciate that. And you, Robot Man, I appreciate you too. Yeah. This is good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be great. We're gonna do fantastic stuff together. I really appreciate you, babies. Okay? Like I said, Joan Jett, Blackhearts, we'll meet you out. We'll meet you at the entrance, okay? Everything's supposed to kick off. You guys got your invitation, everything, right?
Yes.
Okay. Just make sure you sign that. My contract does not cover all of y'all getting in, so please make sure you got that signed, ready to go at the gate, and I'll meet you there. Please show up a little early so we can get in, get all set up, and we'll kind of get a lay of the land, so to speak, tomorrow night. I think everything's supposed to kick off at sundown. Show up maybe half hour early, and we'll get everything done. Okay.
Sounds good.
Appreciate you, babies. Whew. I'm gonna go now. Okay.
Have a good evening.
Okay. Bye. I'm gonna wave.
She just kind of like quickly does like this about face thing, opens the door, and kind of like immediately ducks out. And as she's leaving, Angus and Ingus are returning as well. And they're just kind of walking back, and they got a couple like it almost looks like they've been grocery shopping. It's a big couple big sacks that they're carrying around full of stuff. You don't really know what's in there, but it's like they walk in and just kind of see the state of everything. Like, well,
I'm just gonna wave. Sorry.
what the? At this fucking point, I don't even know why I bother asking questions. Hey, come on. He waves to Angus, and they immediately go back towards their living quarters.
Melon's a fiend. Melon's a fiend. And Ward's gonna go after Argus and Egus to try to talk about it.
Do you guys have a mirror I can borrow?
Are you asking Angus?
Mm-hmm.
You're asking Angus?
Yeah, if they have a mirror I can use.
Yeah, it's fine. Big man. He points over to Smalls. Come here. Smalls, are you there? All right. Maddie, he points at you.
I follow.
Come here. And he kind of takes you in the back into his living quarters. You haven't been back here. It's basically just it's like a big cloth flap that separates out. It's a decent sized room back here. It's about the size of a good sized master bedroom. There's a small, simple single bed in the corner. There's a lot of desks set up. There's a ton of books. There's a lot of just a weird amalgamation of things in here, but it's also oddly sparse. There's a lot of, like I said, there's books and scrolls and learned things, but there's not a whole lot of. You know what? Actually, roll me perception or investigation if you want to, or if you just want to do what he tells you.
No, I want perception. Hell yeah. 17.
17. There's you on a 17, you notice there's like very, very minimal like personal effects, things that would make this feel like somebody's room. There's no decorations, no portraits, no paintings, no pictures. You know, photos aren't really a thing in this world, but there's nothing here that draws the eye as to like give you an idea of the personality that is Angus. This feels like somebody who has very little, but has been hastily gathering things not for very long. It doesn't have a whole lot of personal touch to it.
Yeah, I make a smart ass remark and just say it's homie.
Keep your fucking eye. Just come here. Fuck's sake. And he points you over to this large, like, standing mirror. It's one of the things in this room that's actually, like, relatively nice. It's got some, like, filigree to it, wood etching. It's a full size, like, standing mirror. It's about 6-7 feet tall. And it's a heavy son of a bitch.
Oh, not good. Do you want me to roll? I only got one hand and my strength is awful.
So that's a fucking you problem, pal. If you want it, roll it out to her.
No, I was asking you as Marshall, the DM.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna take it out.
It does tilt back. There is an arm with like a wheel on it. You can tilt it back and haul it out.
Yeah, okay, cool. I'm gonna take it out then.
I can see Maddie just, oh man.
Like one hand, like that's a fucking you problem.
It's not my strong point. So, okay.
Well, your big guy teetered off. I'm gonna say that Smalls is probably like in a corner sleeping somewhere already.
He's probably exhausted as fuck, yo, after having to pull him off.
I say thank you as I take it out.
All right. Yeah, you're able to wheel this full-size mirror out to the room and kind of put it into a position where Malin can get to it. Malin, have you been able to stand up yet and figure this out?
Would you like me to roll again to see?
Absolutely. Acrobatics need to beat a 15.
Mm-hmm.
And you're still at disadvantage because you are still exhausted.
Yeah. I don't make it.
Yeah. You are a newborn baby giraffe or gazelle, whatever the hell would be, wobbly on its legs at this point. Like I said, your knees now bend backwards and your arms, your elbows fold forward. It's like everything is completely reversed in the way that you would normally feel like you would move. You're no longer moving like you would say erect humanoid. This is very alien to you. You all see the struggles as she like puts her like bladed arms on the ground and tries to hobble herself up, and immediately just falls face first several times as she tries to struggle her way back up.
Ellie runs over and just puts her hands on her waist and tries to lift her up and scoot her closer. Of course, avoiding the blades.
Quinn is gonna be like, "Girly Pops, you've got this," and then she's gonna head towards the washroom.
Thank you.
I'd say with the assistance of Ellie, you could stand up, but you're still very much so taking it very slow and steady, making your way over towards the mirror and Maddie.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you make your way over. Yeah, it's exactly as I described. Your skin has your carapace, the quote unquote flesh of your body has. It has this odd, ashy, like gray, like coloration to it now, and you have these long lines of this like Icarus black like veins that now shoot in various points across your body. Arms, legs, chest, torso, feet, everything. It seems sporadic in nature. Some places are darker than others. But yeah, your main focus, of course, is drawn to your blade. You recognize the edge of the blades that came from the dual-sided scimitar that you granted, that you know that this blade was unique to your people, the design of the weapon, but this thing has become fused with you, and you are now essentially carrying your weapons permanently in your arms.
Okay. So is it like similar to the picture that you had sent me before, or is it like?
Yeah, basically you have you would say like talons are extending from your elbows, except it's the blades now that extend forward, running across your forearm and jutting out about 6 inches, give or take, farther than where your hands can extend out.
Okay.
But like you could lay your arms out flat, like directly, perpendicular to yourself, and the blades run in a straight line down your arm, running from your elbow down.
Okay.
Yeah, something kind of akin to that there, the photo.
Hmm.
You still have your hands,
Right.
you know, but the blades definitely extend out farther than your hands now.
Huh. Okay, I'm gonna kind of
Oh.
do like a spin and or a very slow one, like a toddler kind of trying to turn around on a couch or something using Ellie, so I can look at my back too.
Okay. Yeah, with Ellie still helping you, sure.
Yes, let's do this gently. We'll go around. Look at that color. Wow, that is so unique.
It's
Just
interesting.
think. Yeah, I have never seen anyone like you, and you are now a very unique person. And you look
I
pretty
was
damn
unique with the
strong.
last change too.
Hmm?
I was unique with the last change too.
You were. You were, but
This one
now.
feels different though.
Do you hurt?
I feel tired.
Well, yeah. But does it hurt? I mean, I'm just looking at your hands and or does it
No,
just feel the same? I don't
it.
know.
I feel free.
Oh, well, hold on to that feeling because that's pretty wonderful. Can you see your back? Am I out of the way?
You're fine. I appreciate you though.
Okay.
My outfit for the party is not going to match this anymore.
Mm. Well, I'm a weaver. We can figure out and mend it and make it the way you want it.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Is
So
it
you can,
okay if we go back to sleep?
yeah. Do you want me to walk you back there? Or how you doing?
If you can,
Yes,
that would
of
be good.
course. Of
Yeah.
course.
I'm not sure how many steps I can take on my own.
Okay, well, we'll do this together, one step at a time. Hey, where's that mascot? Who's got the bunny or whatever? Well, the
The
stuffed
bunny
animal.
cat thing?
Maddie has it.
Yeah.
The
Hey,
bunny cat dog?
yeah, Maddie, can you bring the fluffy?
Maddie will bring the fluffy over.
He gives it to you.
All right. Since Maddie's coming over, I'll let him tuck you in, but you just get some rest. Everything's gonna be fine, and you still are beautiful.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Maddie blushes, and he starts taking Malin over to the bed again.
Okay. Before we move into that portion, is there anything anybody else is doing? Talking, conversations, anything going on right now?
Quinn's changing her hair color in the bathroom.
Sorry.
The bathroom consists of like a little like big ass wash bucket on the corner of the room, over by where like the troughs and everything are for the animals, the beetles, and now your guys' giant bird. So yeah, not a whole lot of privacy, but go nuts.
Let's go on it.
Ellie's just gonna walk over to her cot and sit down. Or not cot, but just her bedroll.
Okay. This is honestly the first time you've had a chance to really like get light of the situation of where you're at, the warehouse, kind of like look around and like you arrived here basically yesterday or 2 days ago, not too much long. So it's the first chance you've had to bed down. Drew, Argus, Monroe, anybody doing anything? Okay. Smalls, you back with us?
Morn is on the floor sleeping like lemon grab that I posted in the chat.
Smalls? All right. Maddie. Malin, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just escorting Malin to go to bed. I am going to go with her too.
I really am sorry for all of this.
No, don't apologize. Everything's fine. I'm okay. You're okay. Everything's fine. And Maddie makes like a big sigh of relief, like everything finally just kind of set in that it's going to be okay.
So, I guess we do have time to talk about the whole Little Prince thing that people keep saying to you.
Maddie kind of gets flustered again for a second, stays quiet to see how this conversation goes.
When you are ready to talk about it, I am ready to listen. And if you are running from something, please know that I will run with you.
With that, the surprise kind of drops, and Maddie just nods his head and brings her over to the bedroom.
Again, bedrooms are like just cots and rolled out sleeping bags. This place, there's no rooms.
Well, I put two cots together, Marshall.
There you go.
Oh my gosh, our cots are next to each other? Scandalous.
In 2 years, I feel like it's time to have our cots together.
You have two giant cursed people sleeping next to each other. Can they fit?
So much edge for one little cot. Alright. Okay.
As I am like sitting back down, I am gonna look for Drew.
Drew, where you at?
Drew's just kind of been sitting on the ground in the corner of the room watching Maddie and Malin.
Creepy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna gesture over to you.
Yeah, he'll come over fairly quickly.
I do want to apologize to you, Drew.
I forgive you. I'm sorry too. Just don't do that again.
I have no plans to. I will not involve myself in things that are not mine unless you ask me to.
I've got something I need to say to both of you. Drew's gonna
Okay.
look in between Maddie and Malin, like super nervous. I've made the mistake in the past of not telling somebody my feelings and expecting them to act like they knew, and you just died, and I don't want to make that mistake again.
Okay.
I think I'm in love with both of you.
I'm gonna look over at Maddie.
Maddie does not comprehend that at all. He is very intently looking at Drew with still a smile on his face, looking at Malin, looking at Drew.
Okay, good talk. I'm gonna go.
No,
Start to
hold
walk
on.
away.
Hold on, I'm gonna like grab his hand and like pull him back. Maddie,
Maddie looks at Malin.
you know the way that you feel about me, yes?
Rapidly shake his head.
Okay. Drew feels that same way about you and me.
Oh! Eyes get a little bit wider, and little surprised, but
Mhm.
looks over at Drew and goes over and gives Drew a big old hug as high up as I can reach because I think you're like 7 foot.
Yeah. Drew's gonna stand there stunned for a second, and then he's gonna return the hug.
I think I am very fortunate to have the both of you.
No, I'm not expecting anything to change or for either of you to feel the same. I just I needed to tell you.
I'm very glad you were able to. It might take this one a little bit longer to understand fully what that means, but that's okay. We can give him the time.
Maddie will go ahead and break away from the hug and with his hand again up as high as it can go on this giant Drew, say, I'm always going to love you. Then I'll go back over to Malin.
I'm gonna point at the floor next to their cots. Can I sleep here?
Yes, I'm okay with that.
We can get 2 more cots.
Well, I was just gonna.
Drew's like 9 feet tall or something. So.
He has his own.
I'm gonna wild shape into a wolf and then curl up on the ground.
If we're all going back to sleep, then Malin's just gonna kind of like pet him and then knock out.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Mhm.
All right. With that, we're going to take our break as we are over the halfway point. Let's take a decent one. 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That works for me.
Sounds good.
It is 8:06 right now. Let's come back around 8:17.
All right.
Things to be thinking about on the break. We're going to have to. There's still some stuff you guys probably want to finalize before we move into the next leg of this thing. Inventory, be going through. We already put out lists and stuff like that before. Everybody's got like items that they should probably be identifying. Or this is the first like breathing chance you guys have had in a while to go through all of this. So probably some stuff that you want to divvy up, trade around, identify. Remember, you've still got that Fey Fever thing to look into. Okay? You guys are crafting anything, working on anything? Be thinking about it. Let's come back in about 10 minutes.
I was going to ask,
Got
that
it.
means we're taking a long
So
break.
this counts as long? Yeah.
Yes, everybody can go ahead and click off a long rest.
That way I can manage spells real quick too during the break.
Yes.
So I think I have the spells I need at the moment already set.
Cool.
Should be okay.
All right.
Long rest it is.
See everybody in 10 minutes.
Oh my god.
Well.
Well,
Argus made notes that he needs to go find a smithing kit to fix the holes in his body that our asshole friend decided to put into my ass.
So sorry about that. I was terrified for a second that he was describing me turning into the bug.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's actually where I thought this was going. So
I was like, oh shit.
I feel about myself.
Way different.
yeah, I'm gonna be pretty honest. I'm glad I held my tongue because I was about to moonbeam all of the bugs out of existence. Like-
I was about to, I was about to use my crossbow. That's why I was like, okay, I gotta know what the.
yeah, I was about to moonbeam all of the tiny bugs out of existence.
I was ready for a fight.
Drum would be so happy right now.
Drum's friends loving each other. Like, yeah, Drum would be so happy.
Well, Drum is happy. He's like up anywhere he's at in the other regions, going, "Ah, yeah, I can feel it." Trino is feeling it right now.
My loins seem to be frothing.
Yeah, a certain place is on fire right now. It's happening.
He's with his lover, so you know he that might be another reason. I have no cool spell. Well, I have one cool spell. I have no cool spells to bring to this. It might not be one of the people on guard.
I can
Performance skill that was amazing.
I just happen to have just on deck fire spells, and I could just shoot Eldritch Blast into the sky.
Hey, anything.
I have this, guys. Okay, so here's my theory, right? Because I don't know how well I will be able to hide myself now, and I don't know what people's reactions are going to be. But I have that ring that lets me use disguise self.
Mm-hmm.
So I could always just pretend to be the old Malin. Malin
You're probably
2.0.
gonna have to.
Malin 1. Just Malin 2.0.
Right up until you have to hold something.
Yeah. God, is Malin the dark urge, and we're just like in a world of hurt right now?
That is so funny.
You just can't give anyone a hug. Can't give high fives, handshake.
Guys,
I'm doing my
I'm
best.
excited for this gala. I don't know if we're gonna get to it though. We only have like a little less than an hour.
We'll probably at least start it.
It's okay.
But my colors don't match anymore.
That sounds like a you problem.
I know. At least I'm alive.
Yeah. Beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah. Okay, let me devour this chicken.
This chicken is awesome.
Wait, but aren't you purple? Purple and yellow are complementary colors.
But then I'm gonna look like the freaking Lakers, man.
They don't exist.
You're so right. Who are the Lakers? No clue.
Oh, dude, that means I have to redo your drawing. Ugh, gross.
Yeah, you guys, I gotta get some artwork done.
Terrible.
The third one.
I know. If I knew this was going to be a thing, I would have pre-started the process with the Maddie.
I don't even know if Malin knew it was a thing.
Well, I wasn't allowed to also share any of the pictures or anything that I got until.
I'm trying to finish up my picture for the masquerade ball because I never finished it.
Yeah, I want to add some stuff to mine.
You guys will get a post-dated picture on my weekend.
Hell yeah.
When I have some actual time to sit down and do it, now that I have a better idea of what I would say. It was just having time to actually sit down and draw.
Let's go.
Hey, you guys want to hear some nifty news?
Yes.
Yes.
Last week I got a call from my friend who has a roofing company, and she commissioned 50 tumblers. So
awesome.
I did 50 tumblers last week and turned them in. You talk about, I haven't worked that hard in a long time, but it just felt so good to earn money again.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but and I had no mishaps on any of them. I was worried because I thought, oh man, I got 50 tumblers. What if I mess one up? And I didn't mess any of them. I was so excited. So
Nice. I'm proud of you, Mom.
that's my cool news. I'm just hoping. I mean, it's cool if it'll bounce off to another company, but it's like I'm gonna give myself more time next time because I was up at like 9. Okay, I'm gonna stop at 10 p.m. tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But Ace was my buddy the whole time. He sat because I have to tape them, and then I have to cook them, and then I have to unwrap them. And he
Mm-hmm.
sat with me the whole time. He was like right in the middle of the whole thing. It's like my company. So, anyway, that was cool. Good payday.
That's super cool.
Let's see.
I'm glad you got that opportunity. That sounds really neat.
Let's see. I'm trying to. So, let's see. Those are just some pics.
Oh my goodness. Just being your buddy.
But yeah, 50's a lot. You want this other salad? I'm good.
Yeah. A little longer than I thought, but it's okay. Excuse me. All right. Is everybody back?
Present.
See,
Maddie?
Apollo.
Monroe?
I'm here.
Gwen?
In the bowl right there.
Argus?
I am
Brew?
back. Monica is acquiring more potatoes real quick. You could just take the whole bowl with you. Just take the whole bowl with you.
Potatoes.
We were thinking the same thing. It's like, just speed up the process. Just take the whole bowl of potatoes with you. You can happy dance up the stairs.
Potatoes
That's
as
right.
in chips or
No, as in mashed potatoes.
smashed. Got it.
Even though I make them professionally at work, if we want potatoes at home, I got to make them the right way.
Of course.
All
Like
right.
KP duty.
All right. I think everybody is here. Break is up.
Yes.
All right. Quick recap. Malon's back, up, moving around, has a very, very distinct fiendish smell to her, according to our good buddy Monroe over there. Argus and Ingus walk back in the warehouse after Joan Jett made her way out after you guys signed the contract to help her out. And you guys have all kind of been bundling up and getting ready to take a long, long rest at long last. As I said, before long rest, I told you guys go ahead and start thinking about what you want to do with your inventory. There's a handful of items that you guys have acquired over the last several sessions that you have really, even before then, you guys really haven't had a chance to take a look at, figure out what you want to do with, identify even. You guys want to see if you want to do something about that Fey Fever thing you got going on and everything you learned about that. You got the books and the information you acquired from the priest hideout. You guys are making anything, crafting anything. But go ahead and tick off a long rest if you haven't done so already. But you guys are sleeping like through the day. So I'm going to say it's like, 8, 9 a.m. You guys have gotten back just an hour or so after sunup, give or take. So I'm going to say it's about, I'd say about 8 a.m. Taking a long rest, that puts you at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You still got a couple hours before most places close up, but everything starts stirring. Late afternoon, early evening. But you all begin stirring. Angus and Ingus kind of go about their business. They're definitely not quiet by any means. They really don't give a shit. You guys are trying to sleep. You're dwelling in their home. They go about their business, but they tend to the animals, do their business, hitching up moving wagons, moving things in and out. But you're all able to acquire a long rest. As you and Ellie, you wanted to take a look at the Lee room because you only need 4 hours, right?
Yeah, I only have to trance for 4 hours, so
Okay.
I was gonna get out my weaver's tool and find a pick so that I could pick the lock on the primer.
You don't have skill with lockpick, but why don't you go ahead and make me an Arcana check? You can do this at advantage.
Oh, okay.
You don't have
Arcana.
lockpick. Yeah, you don't have lockpicking skills.
I don't, but that is a 23.
23. On a 23, just a second. Oop.
Did you roll that twice, Mom?
Oh yeah, you're doing it at advantage, so you want the higher of 2.
Oh, okay. 23 again.
Okay. Oop, where is it? Okay, we'll come back to that in just a second. I actually have to find the item. I forgot my notes here. But what else is anybody else doing?
Probably asking what 3 has not had my lay on hands before, since I could do 5 points to do Fae, to get rid of the Faith curse from them. Because I know
was
Drew has had it.
Well, was that told to all of us that we have Fey Fever, or?
Everybody that stepped through the portal that ate the mushroom to use the magic has the Fey Fever.
Right, but did we know that? That's what my question was. We did?
You guys have done medicine checks, and yeah, you've put 2 and 2 together that the priests were tracking a group of mercenaries that were suspected of having something called the Fey Fever. They have some way of detecting something like that, and you put 2 and 2 together. They were talking about you guys, and yes, you were able to put it together that you had contracted a disease, not a curse, called Fey Fever.
Yeah, sorry, Monroe.
You're good.
Ellie was just
So far, I have
thinking.
Drew and Smalls. I could do 3 people today.
Kinky.
Well,
And
sorry to interrupt, but with that, Ellie's just gonna lay hands on herself for lesser restoration.
Okay. You use lesser restoration. It does, yes. You feel the disease lift off of yourself. It's something that's like beneath the skin. It's like almost like you've had it for years. Like you don't even realize that you had it, but as soon as it's gone, you realize just how pestery this was. And Ellie, you can reclaim a point of your constitution.
All right.
I believe you already used it on Monroe. Remind me if I'm correct in this, but I believe you'd already used Lay on Hands in the battle previously on Drew, correct? So Drew,
I did on Drew.
Yeah, Drew, you can reclaim your point of strength that you lost if you had not previously done so.
Oh, crap.
Is there anybody is there anybody else, Monroe, that you had done Lay on Hands on? I don't have it in my notes. I don't think you had done it on anybody else.
So it only counted for this past session. It would have been Drew.
It's anybody that you would have cast it on since getting back.
Oh yeah, because I had it on Drew and Smalls myself.
Okay. So
that
Small
was that I know of.
Okay. In that case, Smalls, you can reclaim a point of your dexterity that you lost due to that disease, and Monroe, you can take your point of Constitution back that you had previously lost.
Real quick above the table, I accidentally hit Constitution because I was trying to put one. Do I have to do that differently? I accidentally rolled. Oh, never mind. I found it.
Yeah,
I
you have to go.
rolling, but hey, that was a nat 20.
No, you have to add it back to your character. It's a stat point that you are getting back.
Got
so
it.
You'll have to change it in the app. But if you don't want to do it right now, it's fine. But just take note of that. And then, so you can use it 3 more times, Monroe. So you have, so Drew, Ellie, Monroe, and Smalls are taken care of. You have
Quinn, Argus, Maddie, and Malin left.
Mm-hmm. And you also have one other person.
Who, Morb? Who's not here?
No. Who else was with you?
Ingus.
Oh, yeah, and Ingus had it too. I want to use it on Quinn for our cleric, so that way we have more ability of healing from Quinn. I'm probably going to go to Ingus, and then since I don't trust Malin and Maddie punched me so fucking hard, I'm going to go to Argus.
That checks out.
So it's Quinn, Ingus, and Argus for today.
Okay.
So I don't have Lay on Hands pool for today, or until our next long rest.
All right. So, sorry, who all did you use it on?
Ingus, Argus, and Quinn.
Argus, you can reclaim your point of strength, and Quinn, you can also reclaim a point of strength.
So it's just me and Maddie that are still
Was it
afflicted.
strength or was it wisdom that I lost?
According to my notes, Argus, you lost a point of strength.
Okay. That's right, because I wanted it to be a 0. I remember now.
So, okay, so just Maddie and Malin remain.
I can use lesser restoration on both of them because I have 2 more spells.
Okay.
So I'm gonna touch. Go ahead.
So just before you do that, as you're all like, as Maddie and Malin, as you guys awaken from your long rest, you also begin to feel, after you've been learning everything, some of the stuff about this disease and everything, you waken up the next morning and you've actually lost an additional point of your charisma. And Malin, you've lost an additional point of your wisdom. I would say that you sense this, but as Ellie comes over and administers lesser restoration to you, it is alleviated. So you each get your point back. So Malin, you get a point of wisdom back, and Maddie, you get a point of charisma back. But each of you both take note that you feel weaker as this disease progresses. Use that as you will.
Okay.
I would like everyone to take note. Quinn's hair, formerly black, is now like a darkish bubblegum pink. And
Cute.
she wants everyone to know that this is her natural hair color. She just dyes it for her goddess.
Crisis.
Hot.
Cute.
You know, my carapace just changed color too, so sure.
Yeah, see? Twinsies.
Yeah.
Not hot.
All right. Everybody starts waking up, and you all begin administering your stuff and beginning your afternoon. I would just remind everybody, like, taking stock of your guys' inventory, the same things that I had sent out earlier. Ellie, you had investigated the heart with the shard in it with Argus, and you had managed to pull that apart, giving yourself a telltale heart. And Argus, you would claim something called a Far Realm shard. Smalls, you still have like the boomerang shield. Hugh, the magical battle axe. You still have that tattered rat cloak that you took from Drum. You also remember, like, thinking back, like, you remember this robe had this cloak had, perhaps somehow turned him into a rat that one time. You have his robe of useful items, and he's gone. The psychedelic mushrooms. He has a decorative breastplate, and he still has a direwolf pelt. Argus, you were interested in, like, a hellfire weapon. Maddie, you had claimed a hellfire short sword and a whip from the priest. Monroe, you had decided to keep that bauble of message. Drew, you have that mantle of nature. You're still wearing that gift that you had gotten all the way back. You also claimed the insect mandible leg. So perhaps you could do something like with that with Argus. You remember the weapon from your vision that you had been using. Obby, Malin, you have obviously you no longer need to worry about your double-bladed scimitar as it's now part of yourself, but you have wolf pelts. I believe you left that citrine bracelet at Argus's, or at Tyron and Drum's statue, so you no longer have that. Still have a cloak of billowing, whatever you want to do with that, and you're carrying a lot of rations, so you need to figure out what you want to do with that. Get that stuff out of your inventory.
Mm-hmm.
Maddie, you've got the companion band. You still have your Hellfire dagger and both of those Hellfire weapons. Gwen, and you had talked about maybe finding a jewelry shop, some kind of wholesaler for diamonds. So,
Yes.
putting that out there. Like I said, some of you have some items still in your inventory that you haven't really looked into yet. So what's everybody doing here?
Ellie wants to read the book.
Just a second. Anybody else doing anything?
I'm actually gonna take a deeper look at the abacus. I don't have the resources to cast Identify, unfortunately, but I'm still just trying to look at it. Can I roll an Arcana check on that?
Sure.
And I have thieves' tools to help with Ellie.
Okay.
That's possible.
A 19.
19. Oh, sorry. What were we using it on again?
The abacus, the occultist abacus that I found.
Yeah. Let's see here. And you added that to your inventory, right?
Yes, the occult abacus. My bad. That was the word I was looking for. Occultant. It's in my backpack at the moment.
Okay. Yes, if you haven't already claimed the actual item, now 19. Yeah, you've seen an item kind of like this before. Sorry, I got a lot of stuff here going on. Yes. So this is an abacus that is used by certain shadowy organizations, certain individuals that are used to track kills. As you start looking into this thing, it's sometimes referred to as an occultant, and these beads resemble tiny skulls on this thing. You can track kills related to what your group At this current rank, you can track kills to help you determine of those kills on your franchise's fate. Over a period of 1 minute, you can study a creature killed. Basically, you can use this right now. After you kill somebody, you can use the abacus to discern certain information from somebody that you kill. Okay, once per day. Within the next hour, you can add a D10 to an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw. Not clear who administered. If it's not clear who's administered the killing blow, you can grant this benefit to a random creature involved in the fight. So basically, during a fight, you can use this abacus to clock a kill and give somebody advantage while still in combat on their next attack. At the current rank, there's more about this that you can learn. You would understand that this is going to have more of a benefit once you guys are more of an established guild, an established mercenary company. This is something that is beneficial to the group, not just an individual. Works the same way like the Documency Satchel and some of the other things that you've acquired from the guild. This isn't exactly a guild-specific item, but it is something specific that your group can definitely make use of, given, as you grow in reputation.
Yeah, and how many of us had the capacity to kill?
Yeah, you guys are fond of killing. Okay.
Just simply following orders.
Who else?
I had the there's like a rosary or something from like the Red Rowdy Rough Boy. I think it was a rosary.
Rosary from what?
The Rowdy Rough Boy, the Red Mage. I thought it was a rosary. I could be wrong.
Yeah. Go ahead and do me an Arcana check, or whatever you want to do.
I'm going to try an Arcana, but it's only an 11.
Okay. On an 11, you're not able really to determine this, but for the sake of how this is all working, I'm assuming that you're kind of all working with amongst each other, kind of sharing information about it, trying to work together to determine some of these items as a group.
Yes.
Okay. Argus can give you either Argus or Ellie can give you inspiration on this one.
Ooh.
Ellie?
Yeah. Ellie and I are checking it out. Let's do it. Arcana. I got another 11.
Another 11?
Arcana's not my thing.
All right. Just for the sake, I'm trying to figure out a way that makes this both fun and challenging, determining what you guys got, but you guys have held on to these items for a while. I'm just going to give you this one. This is a necklace of fireballs, but because of the Arcana, I'm going to take away a couple uses.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, go ahead and let me see. I think it's a D4 that you have to roll. You take a look here. This is a necklace of fireballs. It has 1d6 plus 3 beads hanging from it. Go ahead and roll me a d6, and I'm going to take away 2 from whatever you roll.
I got a 1.
Okay, so it's 0. You have 3 uses of the spell Fireball from this. As an action, you can detach the bead and throw it up to 60 feet. When it reaches the end of its trajectory, the bead detonates as a 3rd level Fireball spell. The DC is 15 to save for half.
Shit, that's a fireball, not bolt.
That is a fireball.
Nice. Okay.
Who else?
Quinn is gonna excuse herself to go find that jeweler to try and get some diamonds.
Okay.
Don't go alone. You never go alone.
Well, we lost Small, so I'm going to assume that he goes with you.
That's fair. All right.
Yeah. Asking Ingus and Ingus, you are able to find there is somebody here in the district that's in that same shopping district. They're a gem wholesaler. I mean, you're basically purchasing raw gems. You can find a couple refined things here, but you're purchasing them at bulk. So what are you looking for?
So I need at least 300 gold pieces worth of diamond.
Okay.
Have anything to sell? Oh wait, hold on. Okay. So I'm looking for 300 gold pieces worth of diamond and anything else that looks interesting. Actually, since they're selling stuff wholesale, Can I do a perception check to see if there's anything I might find more valuable than the diamonds to spend my money on?
Sure. Maybe perception or investigation, your choice.
All right. Well, that was a nat 1, so 7.
Lots of shiny gems in here.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go just for the diamonds. I'm gonna try and find a shopkeep.
Okay. Yeah, they like I said, there's nobody special in here, but they definitely point you to an assortment of things that you're looking for. Diamonds that are still kind of like in the raw ore or whatnot that haven't been plucked out, but the equivalent of is the what you're getting, what you're looking for here for the uses of your spells. They would still accomplish it. You are purchasing it here in the capital where everything is infinitely more expensive, so you're looking at about double the cost here. It's going to run you about 600 gold per diamond.
Per diamond.
Yeesh.
Oof. Unfortunately, our team likes dying. So totally worth the price. Let me go ahead and actually. Can you describe the person that I'm gonna try and buy this from?
Yeah, just kind of a dwarven fellow, got a short, kind of trim beard. He's got one of those mustaches that are like a Fu Manchu that's braided on either side. Long hair, got like a bit of a scar across the top of his head, but looks like his hands are rough and coarse. The guy looks like he grew up in some mines, and he's also got one of those little Oculus things that allows him to kind of take a look at diamonds and or take a look at gems and perceive their value. You got that whole thing going on.
Okay. So I'm gonna walk up with the appropriate amount of diamonds, and excuse me, about how much is all of this gonna be?
All of what?
These diamonds right here. I need them for an event later.
You're just trying to purchase the one set of diamonds, or how much are you trying to get?
I can only afford one set of diamonds, but I'm
600 gold.
Oh, that's so terribly expensive. I'm gonna lean over the counter just a little bit. Is there any way that you could possibly give a girl a discount?
Wrong plumbing, sweetheart.
Damn, it's always the cute ones.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Smalls can't step in.
I will give him 600 gold.
Smalls adamantly refuses to step in.
Well, this is my. No, I'm not going to do that if he's not here.
No.
I would love to do that if he was here, but.
Yeah. You can go ahead and add one diamond to your. It's a diamond for Revivify to your inventory.
Yeah.
Not an actual diamond. That's different. This is $300 gold worth of diamonds for Revivify.
Yeah. Yep. Added to my component pouch.
Cool.
Man, I wish Mark was here. I already have the lines queued up. Dang it. All right. Okay, that's added. That's the extent of what I needed to do.
Perfect. Trying to find. All right. Was there anything else that you needed while you were out and about? You already have your costume and everything. Smalls paid for that and all that.
Yep, all that's set and good to go.
Okay. All right. You make your way back. Like I said, it's you guys are kind of there and back. You don't really stop for anything else. Smalls is really kind of just lack of patience. He's got his eagle eye thing going on, and you guys are there and back. That's it. No other stops. All right. I am still trying to find my damn notes here. So anybody else? Who else is doing something?
I do want to give Argus my cloak billowing.
Okay.
So
I'm just gonna kind of be like, I don't really have much of a use for this anymore.
Me realizing that I haven't really had clothes or anything covering me, I've just been kind of walking around, and I'm currently filled with 3 giant holes. I'm gonna try to hold it down, but the cable building is the one that just kind of flies in the air, right?
Yeah, it gives you hero wind.
I'm gonna keep trying to pull it down, but it's gonna be an asshole and keep going up.
I'm just gonna be like, yeah, that's the same issue I had. We should probably also find some way to fix you.
For that, my dear, I just had to get some smith tools. I can fix myself, I think.
Okay. I would say that for the sake of expediency, would you have given ask Quinn to maybe look for some Smith tools while she and Quinn were out, or she and Smalls were out?
Probably. Smalls would have noticed that I was pretty beaten up, so he probably would have agreed.
Okay. They're going to cost you about 100 gold because of everything, because of the way that the costs work here in the capital.
We got paid up front. I have enough.
Okay. Go ahead and take 100 gold away, and go ahead and add Smith tools to your inventory. Let's say that she brings them back with her.
Hell yeah.
Unless you have any objections, Quinn. Sorry, I'm speaking for your character here.
No objections. I can totally pick up stuff.
Cool.
I'm standing next to Argus and just playing with the Hellfire, just kind of checking as well.
You're cutting out a little bit. You're standing next to Argus and playing with the Hellfire. What?
Yeah, with all the Hellfire weapons, I'm just playing with next to Argus.
Is he cutting out for anybody else?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
cutting out
Yeah.
a lot, but I get the gist that
Yeah.
he's playing with all the weapons in front of me, kind of trying to entice me to come over
Okay.
and talk about it. Is what I'm assuming he's getting at. Yes, Maddie?
Yes.
I'm gonna go over there and that one of them was a sword, correct?
Short sword.
Yes. Is that because I know that Maddie is fond of the dagger, and I'm not proficient with a whip, so gonna kind of look at the swords. This smells of home.
Oh, you like this one, huh? I just handed it over to Argus.
This should be fun.
You take it, Argus?
I'm gonna pick it up.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm allowed to take it, but I'm gonna pick it up.
Oh, as soon as you do, it immediately melts into your hand.
Fortunately, I picked it up with the left hand.
This blade, this is kind of something similar like what happened with Malin. As soon as you put your hand on the grip, it immediately congeals into this molten mess of this Hellfire's metal. That black iron with the red fire running through it. It immediately almost turns molten, and then immediately sinks into your arm, and it begins to almost create a glove-like substance around your hand.
I put the Hellfire dagger behind my back and walk away.
Argus, you flex your hand, and all of a sudden out shoots the blade itself. The short sword has reforged itself, and your fingers, at the center webbing between your 2 digits on the left, 2 digits on the right, immediately split open, and out shoots this large, now newly formed butcher's knife. A large, cutting blade. Like a big old chopping thing. It's made out of the same metal. The Hellfire short sword has reforged itself into a Hellfire butcher's knife. And the flame from your pan, you feel as if you could channel it also into your new chopping cooking knife. Instead of bludgeoning damage, you're doing the slashing damage from the knife.
This is gonna be fun.
We could draw something up later to add for your inventory if you need it for notes or whatever.
Mainly it'll be damage purposes, of which Hellfire I just use the short sword sets.
Basically.
Use the hand axe because it's a cleaver.
I'd say a hand axe. That's fine. It's whatever's more accurate for a butcher's knife. It's slashing damage, but it's definitely a chop more than a slash. So you can add a Hellfire hand axe to your inventory and kind of play around with that in the settings. Name it however you choose.
Understood. 1d6
Real quick.
is about accurate, yeah.
Yeah, I think that feels about right. Yeah, because that's about what your pan does, but this is just slashing damage rather than bludgeoning.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. We're going to come back to Argus here in just a second as you guys are figuring that out. We're going to shift over to Ellie and Monroe. Monroe, you said you wanted to help Ellie with her book?
Yes, I have the thieves' tools that I hope it can help with the book.
Okay. Any objections, Ellie?
Nope.
Okay.
Bring it on, Morn.
Any conversations or anything going on? Any conversations between the two of you while you're going to pick at this thing?
Just I just want to see what's in this book. And hey, above the table I did draw or roll an good arcana, so
Mhm.
anyway, if we can open this, this would be I don't know. It's a primer. It's a primer, it's a do this, just do it.
Are you gonna help me out in some way if I get this unlocked for you?
Of course, you just ask.
So, when I call to you, you can help me in some way?
That is a deal.
Cool. Give me that book.
All right. Here you go.
And then I have to see what entails thieves' tools.
I think it's an intelligence check plus your proficiency modifier because you're proficient with the skills. So it's roll an intelligence. Well, use your dex. It's fine. I would never really understood how thieves' tools are supposed to be based off intelligence rather than dexterity.
So,
The knowledge of the device versus the dexterity of the hands.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. But if you feel like the tool uses dex as a DM, you can just say dex instead of.
Yeah, it's kind of how I feel. I feel this is more of like a skill thing than a knowledge of the lock itself. It's like you're feeling about it. It's
Yeah.
dexterity rather than knowing about a lock.
Exactly.
So, dex check and add +3 to that.
it's already in a +3. Do I add another +3 for thieves' tools?
Yeah, because it's basically a skill check, so you're proficient.
14.
14, nice. DC just had to be was a 10. It's pretty simple. You've fumbled around with a few locks in your time, and you feel like your kind of hands as you kind of like play around with this thing, having this conversation simultaneously with Ellie. First real kind of conversation you two have had, in fact. An exchange of favors, and you hear as this little latch inside of this thing pops open, and a little spring releases, and opens the book. Ellie, on your previous Arcana check, as you, Warner, I assume you handed back over?
Yep. Here you go.
Ellie, you take Ellie, you take this in your hand, and you have what's called a Lorehold Primer. Lorehold Primer. This is a magical textbook that is often associated with the local university here in Trinimark. This is a primer that has 3 charges. This one is specifically geared towards the study of religion and history, local religion and history, related to the Trinity Church, local governance and things of that. So when you make an intelligence check for either history or religion, so if you're skilled with history or religion, or even if you're not, you can expend 1 charge from this thing. It has 1d3 charges expended daily, so you can have up to 3 charges on this thing. And once a day, you can give yourself a d4 bonus to that check. Basically, it's like giving yourself guidance on any history or religion check. A little bump, so to speak.
Ooh, especially on the Trinity Church.
Mhm.
Yeah. Thank you, Morn.
There's more.
Thank you.
Oh, nice.
In addition, when you study the primer at the end of a long rest, you can choose one first level spell, from either the cleric or wizard spell list. Before you finish your long rest, you can cast that chosen spell 1 time without expending a spell slot while you are holding the primer.
You said cleric or wizard?
Or wizard. Any first level spell.
Nice.
So you'll have to do a little research and see what you want to draw up.
Yes, sir.
But you have to prep this beforehand.
Okay, so before a long rest, I have to prep it. And then after a long rest, I can use it?
Yes.
Okay.
So it means you can't change the spell in the moment. Like, say you prep shield, you can't use silvery barbs, or you can't use anything. You can't use any other first level spell other than what you prepped. So.
But that's wizard or cleric?
Or cleric, yes.
Okay. Because I have sorcery. I'm not a wizard. And I'm not a cleric.
Not a cleric. So you're going to have to do a little research and figure out what first level spell you're going to want to prep. I'd probably pick one that you really, really like and then just hang on to it for the sake of ease.
Okay. Thank you, Morn. I owe you one, and I am good for it.
I look forward to it.
And Ellie reaches over and just kisses him on the cheek. Thank you. I'm so excited.
Well, gosh.
Monroe, before you go, you also remember, like, as you were like fumbling around for your thieves' tools and stuff, you had something else stashed in your gear that you had picked up from the blue robed wizard.
Yes.
Some kind of set of banded bracers.
Yes. It belonged to. I was going to give it to someone. Sorry, I can't remember.
You haven't figured out what they are yet. Do you want to work with Ellie?
Yeah.
Is this your favor?
No. No? What do you mean?
Ellie, do you want to take a stab at identifying these?
I
or do you want to give them to Argus to try and identify?
I'll take a stab.
Okay. Argus, do you have the identify spell?
I have the spell. I do not currently have the components to use it though.
Okay.
It requires a pearl worth at least 100 gold and an owl feather.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I don't have the pearls, and I don't think I have enough additional capital to buy any. So.
Okay. I was gonna say, would you like to have had Quinn pick you up some pearls while she was out and about?
I wouldn't have had the extra gold to do so.
Okay.
So I wouldn't have asked.
All right. Quinn, you want to take a stab at identifying these? Or sorry, Quinn. Sorry, Ellie. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, I was like, I don't have that skill.
Go and roll me an Arcana check. You're trying to beat a 15.
Okay. Let me get. Oh shit! Yeah, 21.
21, just like that. These are bracers of defense. You've seen similar things like this before. These are a kind of like magical armor, so to speak, that you've seen other sorcerers like you and other spellcasters, people who are not prone to wearing armor, so to speak, in a traditional sense. They wear these, and the magic inside them provides them a armor boost, so long as they are not wearing armor.
So I relay that to Morn.
And I'll relay it to the group. Bracers, get your bracers.
I don't carry armor. I'm not a fighter. And would you be willing to give them to me, or because everyone else has
Do
armor?
you still want to give me a favor later?
Of course I will give you a favor.
Okay, cool. Favor still stands, here are your bracers. The favor is still there, and I'm gonna run off and be like, it's mine!
Monroe, in that moment, you also realize that there's somebody else in your group that doesn't wear armor. Somebody that tends to be in the thick of it pretty often.
In the thick of it?
Can't you? Is it Maddie?
Hands. No, he's got tiny hands.
Oh, he has tiny hands. Oh,
No.
yeah, he does.
It's not tiny hands. He wears armor.
Does he?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
It should be Maddie, right?
I'm off mute. I'm looking right at them with like no shirt on or anything, just half naked,
Hand on one side.
missing a hand because I'm in the thick
Each
of it.
person gets one.
So question.
Stubby,
they
tiny
work-
fingerprints.
Do you have to have both, or is it one-on-one?
You have to have both.
Okay, Morn. Your choice. I'm new.
Well, Maddie, you did try to punch me though. I'm still trying to reach out,
Maddie
I'll
shakes
grant
his
you-
head up and down, like, yep, that's true.
I'll grant you a favor.
I'm not sure you want to owe him that many.
It's only one.
Technically, it's 2.
Oh,
You've gotten 2 so far.
shit. Okay. I'm a sorceress. I don't know what you would need, but it's up to you. It's your choice. I am just standing here, hands up. You do what you want to do, Morn.
I look at Moore and say, why don't you hold on to it for now? You can always give it to Ellie or me later on. Or we can buy it. I don't know. Whatever you want.
It's your choice, baby.
Baby.
Sorry. Yeah, darling. It's your choice.
Darling, what is happening with these names?
Sorry, just my linguistics here. That I tend to forget unless I'm under pressure, and then it comes out strong. You don't have to choose now, baby. You can wait, and I appreciate your help getting the book open. So,
Yeah, I'll hold on to him for now, and I'll decide later on. Thanks for that favor.
so one favor, baby. One.
Yeah, that'd be a
darling,
great one.
Morn, you have one favor from me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anybody else?
I'm gonna ask the group, just like in general, who needs rations.
You broke up.
Rations.
Who needs rations?
I think we all do, right?
Everybody was pretty well tapped at the end of that little adventure. So.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I don't have any.
Okay, I'm gonna split them up. I'll put it in the chat. How many everybody gets.
Sounds good.
I don't need them, but I can carry them.
Same, says the cook.
Okay, I will do the math.
While she's doing math, is there anything anybody else is doing?
I'm gonna go ahead and actually take like an hour to repair myself.
Absolutely.
And change armor modes now that I actually have the tools to do that.
Nice.
I'm gonna
And
go
you're
into
switching.
Infiltrator, so it'll be
Okay.
the sleek form. You know, we're gonna be presentable.
Okay. Going into the Infiltrator. What? You know what, Argus? This is the first time you've able to like kind of had a chance to like sit here and tweak yourself and put yourself. What does Argus look like now? This is an entirely new shape, an entirely new form. I believe Infiltrator. I believe like you as your specific subclass, like it gives you a different kind of weapon too, right?
I actually get a launcher gem node on my shoulder that gives me a 300-foot lightning strike that deals 1d6 damage.
Fucking A.
And I also gives me powered movement, which increases my movement speed by 5 foot.
Even fucking better. Hell yes.
What it's gonna do is pretty much all the like joints you used to see are gonna be covered by very sleek onceg plates because of the armor that it's based on. It is actually Drum's onceg half plate.
Beautiful.
So it's gonna be those as like nice, crisp, clean, rounded edges that look like they're refined and polished. Gonna be very shiny. Cause we can. It's gonna have like a purplish hue to it. It'll be very pretty. I'll
That
get
was
you guys
fuck.
something. Or find a picture. Probably just fashion frame it in Warframe, honestly.
Beautiful. You still got your cube in the center, right? Still exposed?
Yes.
Okay.
Like a battery.
Hell yes. All right. You all hear Argus like chipping away over there, just clinking, he's putting himself back together, reshaping himself. Plates moving, the twisting and grinding of metals and gears. It's like he's sleeker now, far more able to blend in as much as an automaton like him can. Very shiny, sharp looking, good stuff. Who else? What else is going on?
I would like to attune to the Nature's Mantle.
Okay. I thought you already were, but yeah, go for it.
Nope. I thought I was too, but no.
Okay. Yeah, this thing feels like a second cloak to you, or like a second skin. It feels right around your shoulders. It's like you feel as if you would be able to just disappear if you were back in your true element, back in nature. But yeah, if there's anything about it that you want to feel is like special about it, that you would want to fit to yourself, or how you would want to describe it to look, go ahead.
I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. Anything else?
Nope.
Anybody else?
After watching Argus meld with that Hellfire weapon, I think I'm gonna try and assume that it might be the Hellfire weapon that did it. So can I actually pull out one of the whip that I had and my quarterstaff that's magical?
Uh-huh.
And I'm actually just gonna try and do some keywords like all my other stuff to activate its powers. I'm actually gonna say merge and see if I can get it to merge with my staff.
Trying to get the whip to merge with your staff?
Yeah, the Hellfire weapon. I'm trying to get I'm trying to get Hellfire properties on the staff. I just don't know if that's even possible. But
Okay. Staff doesn't particularly respond. It doesn't. There's nothing about it. You're looking at these two different these weapons, and they can't be any more different. Like your staff is this kind of like grayish blue steel metal with a kind of like not emerald. What's the other thing? Like a J design going through it. That kind of coloration. Whereas this Hellfire dagger is like this raw, wrought iron, blackish metal with the fiery, like red veins going through it. They look like they could be complete opposites. Doesn't look like they're two things that mesh very well.
Alright, I'm going to mess around with that for a while with no success.
Okay. Is there anything you want to try with your staff or anything else you're trying to do? Well, you got lots of downtime.
I mean, since I know that's magical, I have been where I want to. I just don't know where to start with like command words or anything.
Okay. You did figure out that somehow you were able to literally tuck the staff away inside of your ear, but you haven't been able to replicate that. You remember way back when you were looking for your staff after you had transformed back from your monstrous side. You were looking for your weapons, and all of a sudden you clicked on you like there's something like itching in the back of your head, and as you put your hand up to your ear, you literally pulled the staff as it grew and elongated as you pulled it out of your ear somehow. So, let's think on that.
Cool, thank you.
I almost forgot, but could I possibly have my pelts them?
You're starting to cut out a little bit too there, Monica. What'd you say?
Sorry, if I could possibly give my wolf pelts to Smalls and ask him to sell them.
Absolutely. I'm going to say he hangs on to his... We could have done that while Quinn and Smalls were out and about.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here.
I had 3 of them.
You had 3 of them?
I want to collect all of the pelts because I think there's a total of like 8 or 9 between the whole team.
Yeah.
I think it's 2 of exquisite quality and then 6 of regular quality.
Okay. You guys go ahead and give me a count and I'll give you a price.
Alright.
No, I have 3.
I think it's in our loot chat. Hang on.
Yeah.
While they're looking that up, Ellie's gonna just use expend a sorcerer's point to inert 2 runes.
Okay.
8 pelts, 2 pristine pelts.
2 pristine. Okay. All right, how many pristine? You had 2?
2, yeah.
And how many regular pelts of good
8.
quality? 8 of them? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are going to sell them here in the capital, and you guys don't have any trade licenses. Even with the pristine pelts, you walk away with about 60 gold for all the pelts, is what you're offered.
60 gold.
Oof.
Do you want to take that, or do you want to hold off until we get a trade license?
I'll hold off. I think we can get more for those.
Okay.
Or you could be able to do something with them.
You know.
You basically, and as you guys are going through all of this, Argus is talking to you guys through, reminding you about how like trade licenses work. Once you guys complete your rule of 3 and become an official guild, you guys will automatically get his bronze license. That way, you guys don't need to purchase one. But he goes in to explain like basically 20 good pelts makes a bundle, which you can then sell at an increased value. So hanging on to them right now would probably be a better thing in the long run, just in case you run into more hides later on. It doesn't have to be just wolf hides. It could be deer, it could be beaver, or whatever you come across. Basically, pelts and hides can be turned into something that is like a brick of them that can be sold in bulk, and it increases much more in value because you're selling a larger sum.
Okay.
Good to know. I'm making notes of that.
There is a list of trade goods that you can see where you guys like this. Like, there's a whole like trading system into this, like that I've built into this world. Like, if you guys wanted to purchase like bundles of spices from one dukedom and go sell them in another for an increased value, you can absolutely do that. But you can only purchase so much depending on the kind of license that you have. There's restrictions that go into it, but you can make a shitload of money if you know what you're doing.
Perfect. Okay, then we'll hold on to the pelts.
Okay. It's like you guys have spent the better part of like 2 years of this game, and you've made probably all together between everybody like what, 10,000 gold, give or take? Probably between like all the bets and all the jobs and everything else that you guys have done, probably 10,000 gold worth. If you guys were selling and trading and doing it at a level that you like with a bronze or a silver license, you could be making that almost like in a job, essentially, to the scale of what it would be to be making money.
Mm-hmm.
Good to know. Good to know.
Things like that. Okay. Wolfpack, yeah. All right. Anybody else? This is going to be you guys' last opportunity to do anything around town or anything last-minute purchases, last-minute conversations, things that you want to get together or gather up before you take another long rest, which is going to put you basically at the following day afternoon for the party. This is, you guys have already slept once, but you're still in the same day because you slept that morning. Now you can either sleep through the night and wake up the following morning and then spend the day getting ready. You know, basically this is your last chance when you guys wake up to do anything that you want to do around town before heading off to the party. Is there anything, conversations, or anything you guys want to do?
To verify, if I needed 10 gold of herbs, it would be 20 gold because of where we're at, correct?
Pretty much, yeah. Consider everything about
Just
double the cost.
Valuing, so to subtract.
Yeah, simple value for that
I
kind of
needed
stuff, yeah.
those for Quaddle's resummon ritual.
Yeah, no problem. 20 gold, that's fine.
Hey. Wanted to make sure the math was right.
Yep. Always consider, like, guys, anybody that has like spell casting abilities, if it says that it needs like a focus, like you need a jade, like I don't know, like a jade rod or an iron rod or whatever it is to cast the spell. If it specifically says that the spell uses up the component, like Quinn's Revivify, then yes, it has a cost, and you'll need to repurchase those materials.
Yes.
But anything else, it basically uses that as a catalyst, and you can use it over and over and over again.
The brazier stays, but I need to rebuy the herbs every time.
Perfect. Yeah. So keep in mind, anybody that's a spellcaster, be mindful of your spell components. I don't want to get bogged down with tons and tons of like, oh, you don't have this spell component, or you didn't go purchase this. Just be mindful that if there is something that requires a substantial material component, I do want you to keep track of that.
Got it.
Got it.
And then, DM, the bracers of defense are going to Ellie, but it's up to Ellie if she keeps it or gives it to Maddie, because Morn can't make a solid decision.
Are you like sneaking them to her in your sleep and that thing that you do?
No, I think this time I'm gonna be like, yo, Ellie, you still owe me a favor. However, these bracers, that's way too much for me to fucking handle. I don't know what to do. Either way, I think it's between you and Maddie what you guys decide with these. I don't need them either way. So you can either keep it or you can give it to Maddie, but it's up to you. So I just
Okay.
leave it to Ellie.
All right, so Ellie's gonna put them on and then talk to Maddie later.
Okay. Go ahead and add bracers of defense to your inventory and go ahead and equip them. Monroe has washed his hands of all responsibility.
All right.
All right.
I already got punched. I don't want to get punched again for making wrong choices.
That's fair.
All right. Okay. Anybody else? All right. Yeah, we still got some time, so I'm going to do this. We're going to begin the next day. We're going to get ready for this thing. I'm going to give you guys an opportunity if you kind of want to like stay robed or whatever and kind of conceal your outfits until you guys get to the party proper, and then give a big display of yourself and like what you want to show off, your art and all that other stuff, or anything else you got going, or if you're really itching to show it off, now will be the opportunity. But go ahead and take another long rest. Malin, you specifically, after this next long rest, you can mark off the remaining 2 points of your exhaustion. You return to full form.
Oh, okay.
But as you sleep at night, you are still hearing that voice. That voice. And just says, talk soon.
Okay.
Next morning, you guys awaken, start stirring up for the day. It's going to take a couple hours for everybody to kind of get ready and get proper, I would imagine. So, at this point, before we all start heading out, the group, you guys are getting together to head out to the manor of Baron Paulo Di Samedi Rex, a.k.a. Polly. Going to permit you time. Go ahead, and we're going to work our way through here. Does anybody want to... I'm going to work my way down the list. Does anybody want to describe their costumes now or hold off? So we'll start with Drew. We'll go top to bottom here. Drew, describe or hold off?
I'll hold off.
Argus?
I'm just literally wrapped in a sarong.
Okay. It's like anything special about it.
It's got like a nice little embroidery of like our guild logo that we've been debating up like where the brooch pin would be on the hip. But
okay.
Nothing really special. I spent 3 gold pieces.
This is true.
Okay.
Okay.
A bolt of fabric wrapped around me make look pretty.
Very simple.
While
yeah,
everyone else is taking their time, I'm gonna start resummoning Quaddle because that takes an hour.
Absolutely. I would say you could have done that before you took the long rest if you really wanted to, but yeah. Quaddle returns. Simple ceremony, simple summoning ceremony off in a corner somewhere quiet. You've... Like I said, this is the first time you've summoned Quaddle back to you, but you no longer feel the chains upon him. He's been returned to you or given to you in whole. He is yours now. You no longer feel bound to pay the price to get him back.
Mm-hmm. Much more comforting.
Okay. Win. Describe or hold off?
Can you circle back to me real quick? I'm digging for it.
Sure.
I thought
Monroe.
I had it, but I didn't.
No worries. We'll circle back. Monroe.
Posted in the chat. This is the costume that I was able to procure feasibly, reasonably, emotionally, tenderly. It's all fiery and brigadey. It has nice checkered plating. Skull for effect. I don't know whose it is, but I found it on the floor somewhere. But The goal, though, is I'm going to be all nice and performer-like. Going to blend in with that crowd and be all fantastical.
Beautiful. The most standoutest, shiniest Harlequin that you've ever seen. All right. Maddie, describe or hold off?
Yeah, mine's a little embarrassing. I'll probably hold off. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say that Smalls, quote unquote, for lack of a better description, holds off for now, but he doesn't exactly look too terribly dressed up. He might have something stashed away that he's going to throw on once he gets there, but yeah, he's kind of he's bathed and cleaned himself up and made himself as presentable as Smalls can possibly be in his normal form. So, Malin, describe or hold off?
I'm also going to hold off.
Okay. Everybody that's holding off, I'm saying you're kind of like cloaking it up and covering it up, like you're not showing off anything until you get to the party proper. Ellie, it looks like you're not holding back. So you
Not holding back. That designer Fabio did an excellent job, and so she's just gonna put it on and parade around and say, "What do y'all think?"
roll me
Girl, you're walking that.
roll me a perception real quick while you do that.
Perception. All right. Ah, why didn't that roll? Perception. Ah, I hit the wrong thing. There we go. That is a 15.
15. As the rest of the group and you're kind of like strutting your stuff and showing off to everybody, and everybody starts coming up, and we're going to get back to what everybody else is saying, but you notice off in the distance that Ingus pays absolutely no attention. The brother without a tongue pays absolutely no attention to any of you. He has zero interest in any of this. But Ellie, you specifically notice that Argus, when you start coming out in this, he's definitely like taking a couple of seconds extra to watch, and then all of a sudden gets embarrassed and like darts away. Anybody else?
All right, I found it. Okay, so I thought about holding off because Smalls is holding off, but I'm gonna show up arm in arm with Smalls. So to describe mine, first you're gonna notice that I have long, wavy pink hair, and it is cleaned up very nicely. I have a very high slit and lots of cleavage showing. This.
Oh my gosh! Oh, sorry.
uh,
Beautiful.
this is how I'm going to go, but the cosmic looking Shaw that I have behind me is gonna be what I wrap myself up with. But I'm gonna link arms with Smalls because I'm not supposed to be able to use magic.
All right. Nah, I'm not going to post that. It's semi-inappropriate.
You can go ahead and post it. It took me a lot of iterations to get to this art.
All right. It just reminded me of like a funny thing.
I'm very curious. You need to post what your other.
But just as a sad note for Ellie, she does have a shawl in her hands that she cloaks over.
You're cloaking over one of your hands?
No, in her hand is a shawl that she cloaks over her shoulders.
Gotcha. Okay.
Sheesh, Marshall.
Appreciated.
All right. Beautiful. Got a few people that are going to hold off. Well, everybody will get an opportunity, like next session when we really kick this thing off in earnest. If you really want to come out and do something, like once you guys get to the party proper and get your bearings, by all means, be thinking about it. Be ready to describe it. But with that, is everybody ready to head out?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, heading out.
We're
You all
rested and ready to go.
about as ready as you're all going to be. Heading out, the group makes their way. As you guys make your way out of the Opus district, you guys are heading towards the trolley to make your way over to the Silva district. you all take a look at, it's getting like it's relatively early evening and starting to get to that twilight period or so. You look up though, and you notice that you look up and there's a massively glowing crowned king. That particular design of the moon, the egg of the king moon, that you guys haven't really paid a lot of attention to in a while, but ever since you remember back in your time in Opus Day, that there's been like a little celestial halo around the moon. And all of a sudden tonight, that ring, that moon, is glowing exponentially more, exponentially brighter. It is the true crowned king celestial event happening. And you can only imagine how much more evident it's going to be once the sun goes down fully. Has anybody here got history or religion?
Let's see.
I think I have religion. Hold on.
Sure. Anybody that's got history or religion, roll it for me real quick.
Okay. That is a 19 for Ellie.
19. Okay.
You
want to use your book, Ellie?
Religion.
I would love to use my book.
Roll an extra D4. Opportunity. Anybody else?
So
I have
what'd
an
you say?
inspiration I can give at any point.
I'm sorry.
You
What did you
remember,
say,
you can't
Marshall?
you can't give your inspirations to other people. You have to use it for yourself.
Oh, never mind.
Lasted 20. For
Lasted
history.
20. Okay, nice.
I'm going to use my inspiration on that.
Okay.
For religion.
I don't have proficiency,
Never mind.
but I do get advantage.
You have advantage, I think, when it comes to particular.
For specifically about Fey, Fiends, or Undead.
Okay. I wouldn't apply in this particular situation. This is more of like a general historical knowledge, like more of like a myths and legends type thing.
Okay.
So what you get there, Quinn?
Going with the 12. The
12?
other roll was significantly worse.
Drew, did you roll at all?
Yeah, I got a 10.
10? Not too bad. All right. Those that rolled above a 10, I think that's just pretty much everybody here. You know that the egg of the crowned king, when it's at this type of celestial event, really like the Trinity Church, local religion, everything kind of dictates that it's the sign of good omens. It's a sign of things to it's a good omen basically, like good harvest. Like there's a lot of people like to have their parties during this time or big celebrations because it's meant to be it's meant to bring about good fortune. Ellie, you got above a 20 though, right?
No, I got a 19.
And then you rolled a D4 for your book.
Oh, I didn't roll the D4. Let me roll
Sure.
a D4. Hold on, sorry.
Even with just a 1, that puts you at a 20, which is the DC that you needed to beat, either you or Drew specifically. You recall that in the preachings of Danu, in your religion, that the same moon, it's not called the Egg of the King, and it's not called a Crowned King. You can't really remember exactly what it's called. Like something on the I don't know. You think like maybe something about an eye. You don't really remember. You weren't exactly a great history student. You weren't paying attention really well. You wanted to blow shit up. But you remember that this is also a sign of great change, be it good or evil.
Almost like the death card in my tarot.
Very possible. All right. You guys make your way to the Sylvan District. Everybody go ahead and retract a single gold coin for the use of the trolley or the tram to get over there. No big deal. Any conversations while you guys are making your way over?
Well, Ellie wants to walk over to Quinn and say, "Oh my gosh, you're fabulous. You look totally fabulous."
Thanks so much, babe. You're totally rocking this too. We're gonna knock all of them babes on their asses.
Yep. Let's do it.
Plus, with my new hair color, people totally won't be able to recognize me.
Yeah, that is so true. And man, that's a great color for you.
Thanks so much. I want to know who did the work on yours. Like, Smalls got this for me, and it looks great, but I think it needs to be fitted. I feel like my chest is hanging out just a little bit too much.
I can stitch it a bit for you if you want. I do have my weaving tools, but it looks great. It looks great.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, we can do a little on the trolley if you'd like and just make it the way you want. But yeah, Fabio designed this, and man, he fit me to a T.
Absolutely fantastic.
Anybody else?
I'm dancing my way with my little bells.
I can hear the damn song too because I know what it is.
I have a question, actually, Marshall.
Mhm.
So how much would my measurements have changed?
Apart from your arms, terribly. Your dimensions really haven't changed. They're just in slightly different angles with your dramatically different angles with your legs and your arms. You're not any taller, you're not any wider, not any thinner. You're just different colors now, and dramatically changed about the arms and legs. So if your outfit had anything to do with sleeves, yeah, you're definitely cutting through those bad boys.
But Ellie can help Malin with her outfit to make those sleeves go the way she wants.
Okay. All right. I will keep that in mind. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. You guys arrive in the Sylvan District. Nothing too crazy. It's like the night is alive. There's other things going on, but you guys are on a mission. You're making your way over. You make your way up into the upper district there, and you come to those giant, white pearly gates. The ones that Drew has now entered and exited out of several times now as a various varmints. But you guys get there, and nothing really stops you. There's the same set of guards there in their armor. The one gold captain there takes a look at all of you, but you're not stopped. You're not questioned. The gates open, and you are allowed to proceed inside. Make your way into the Sylvanus District. Uncontested. You arrive, though. It takes you a little while. You actually go notice that the Drew, you specifically take notice of this, that Slevin's manor is actually not too far. At least the main entrance to where his manor is actually not too far from Polly's place. A couple of blocks, nothing too crazy. Make it there in just a couple of minutes, in fact. Just, no particular reason, but you definitely take note of that they live in the same neighborhood. They're neighbors. You guys get to the gates outside of the Barrens, okay? And you notice here that all the guards, there wasn't too many on the streets. There's not too many patrolling. There seems to be a large congregation of all the guards in the district have made their way here. There's probably a dozen of those same gold ranked knights. Like there's one at the main gate as you guys get in there, as you guys were entering the district. Now there's about a dozen of those literally guarding the main entrance to Polly's place. You also look around and you notice that there is a specific sect of others here that don't look like guards, but they absolutely look like fancy bodyguards or something of the like. And you're looking around, and some of you might recognize. I'm going to post a couple of photos here. And you also notice they all wear this same standard on their arms, their weapons, and a couple of banners that are actually hanging nearby. It is a crown with 3 swords piercing through the top and a blue and red cross at the back. Actually, anybody that was Drew, Maddie, Monroe, and Malin, you can all roll a quick history here. It looks familiar. You've seen this insignia before. Roll me a quick history. Just need to beat. It's an 8.
Nine.
9?
14.
Should I do an inspiration for more, or is it not worth it?
No, you only need to beat an 8. You're trying to remember something that you've seen before. You've seen these particular.
Right?
Yeah, meets it.
Okay, then yeah, I got an 8.
All of you, okay? Then all of you remember you've seen mercenaries like this before. You saw them back all the way at the den in Opus Day, where you guys fought all the bugs. There was a mishmash of soldiers there that were the local military, those Black Iron Knights carrying the massive weapons, and a combination of these mercenaries in there. And you also remember that you met somebody in that town, Major Domo Loghain, who runs the town and is some kind of leader or some kind of captain or commander in a mercenary company called the Crown Coterie. These are mercenaries. Well paid and expensive looking with extremely fancy armor and fancy weapons. So, you all take note of that as you will. But you're at the gates. You're stopped by the guards, and not too far before you guys actually get into a conversation with you, Joan Jett comes up. Babies. Oh, I'm so glad you showed up. Ah, so good to see you. You're all looking way better than the last time I saw you. Oh, God, I'm so nervous. Great. Does everybody have you guys got your invitation?
We'll bring out the invitation.
Okay. You take note that nobody's actually physically signed the RSVP yet.
Oh, shit.
Make note that it says basically down at the bottom, very fine print, no signature, no entry. You physically have to sign this.
Is there like a ton of like writing on there that like a contract type of a deal?
No, doesn't seem particular or anything. I mean, you can roll me an Arcana if you're looking for anything.
Yeah, I'm about to sign my life away, so Arcana?
Yeah.
15.
No, nothing truly nefarious other than what's been described there. On a 15, though, you get the feeling like basically you have to adhere to the rules of what they've laid out in the party, otherwise you're breaking a contract, so to speak. So it doesn't really necessarily mean like you're going doesn't specifically state like you're going to get murdered if you don't dress a certain way, but there is a specific code of expectations, like you have to dress a certain way and a certain way, or basically don't be. This is a. In the wording, you notice that this is kind of like a night of debauchery, so anybody that's going to be like a stuck-up prude is probably not going to be too welcome.
Gotcha. Is the invitations to the Eternal Vanguard, right, as a whole?
Yes. Well, it's to Chiron and Associates. Does not state Eternal Vanguard. It says to Chiron and Associates. So guys never really took note of that, but it was specifically addressed to Chiron, even though he has been gone quite a while.
Is there multiple places to sign, or just one then?
One signature.
All right, I'll go ahead and sign it then. I'll actually put the Eternal Vanguard.
Okay. You put the Eternal Vanguard. As soon as you do that, though, the writing immediately disappears and just leaves a small arcanic rune, kind of like on the corner of the page. So basically, it means that you've applied your signature by means of saying Eternal Vanguard, but you get the impression everybody else still has to sign individually.
All right. Huddle up, guys. We still have to sign this before we can get in.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me look for my favorite pen. I'm going to dig through a tiny purse that I apparently brought with me and pull out an emerald pen.
Maddie looking confused, hands it over to...
Okay.
So I am going to read the description of my item. So I am going to sign my name using the emerald pen, but its description is I can cast illusionary script, which requires with no material components. So I am signing my name in quotes.
Nice. It accepts the signature.
Yes.
Is anybody else using your pen?
Is Maddie saying, like, just sign it and not giving, like, any feedback on what he or Quinn are finding out about this document at all?
I I say everything that I found out, but it did, obviously it wasn't very much. So
I'm just signing my name, Morn. I have no reason to doubt this piece of paper.
Okay. Yep. In short, it's basically saying that you accept the rules of the host as to the terms of this party.
Is this
that
like
they,
the
that
EULA that you just kind of sign and no one actually ever reads?
Yep.
Well, there's not much to read on it.
Yeah, just the invitation. The wording, the wording was given to you guys weeks upon weeks ago when you guys first got the invitation. So
Yeah.
Sloppily, like, oh, I'll sign it, Morn, and just really fast and Morn.
I'm gonna say that Smalls begrudgingly signs it, but he just puts a big X on there and it accepts his signature.
I'm gonna sign it as Obby because technically my paperwork says that my name is Obby, not Malin.
Good.
Ellie's gonna sign Ellie Ray.
What's that, Ellie?
She's gonna sign Ellie Rayeth because that's her full name.
Okay. Drew, Argus, I think you're the last two out. Did you sign?
Yeah, I'll sign.
I'm gonna follow in Smalls' step with an X.
Okay. It accepts your signature. There's a big line going down the right side of the page as everybody's signatures is accepted, and whatever you signed it, whatever mark it accepts, and basically it stamps you as accepting the terms. And you guys hand it over the guards, and they open the gates. All right, just a second. Oop, where did it go? All right. Entering the manor. Oh, just before you guys, as soon as you guys get in through these giant, these gates, these are magnificent dual gates that have, you recognize this is the same gates that you passed through when you delivered the princess. All those, like weeks and weeks and months ago now, behind this massive gate, the letters Poli, P-O-L-I, are written in like this big Greek frat house style lettering. As the gates open and swing open, you guys are let inside and they immediately close behind all of you. Joan Jett stops all of you guys, starts kind of like gathering everything together. So is everybody good to go here?
Jingle, jingle.
Okay, just real quick, is anybody okay, that actually went really well. So far so good. I'm feeling good. Does anybody need a touch up?
Touch up.
Yeah. Sorry. Anybody want a little I didn't really want to say anything. She's looking directly at you, Malin.
I'm sorry?
It just you're kind of sticking out a little bit, honey. I mean,
I'm sorry. Can I try and use the guild signet ring that I have?
Absolutely. Actually, as soon as you go to do that, she actually Joan Jett puts her hand out and like puts it on top of yours. It's like, hang on to that, baby. I got you. And she's actually going to cast Seeming on you and anybody else that wants it. Seeming is Seeming. S-E-E-M-I-N-G. I'm going to say that actually the only person that truly recognizes this off the cusp is Ellie. Seeming is an extremely powerful illusionary magic. It's a little bit above, obviously, something like Major Illusion. It gives form to something that is almost like you can feel it, you can touch it. It's an illusionary spell that gives you another look that is beyond just like, normally with an illusion you can reach out and touch it and it appears to be fake. Seeming makes it real, albeit still temporarily. So if anybody wants a little bit of a magical touch-up, even temporarily, to their outfit, something that they can physically change and that could stand up to inspection, physical touch, smell, taste, all that kind of stuff, she's giving all of you that opportunity.
Is there a special perfume that we need?
You're asking Joan?
Yeah.
I don't think so, baby. I don't.
Hit me. I want to feel it. My curious nature compels me.
Her magic comes out in like it is like she's like spritzing you all with perfume, but the magic actually is up to your interpretations. Like she can either design it for you, or you can give it to yourself. But you have to choose now if there's anything that you want to hang on to it. So I'm going to say all of you put a pin in that, and we will decide if there's anything that you want to use. What this is going to do, she's giving you all a temporary boon that allows you to change something about your outfit with a powerful illusionary magic for the first round.
So is that physically, or we can use pheromones?
Honestly,
It's anything that we decide, right?
Yeah, it's anything that you can decide that is like something to do with your being, yourself. Seeming is a powerful spell. But it's only going to last the first round. And Malin, she kind of goes into explaining, like, you're going to stick out a little bit with your particular form now, more so than you already were. So
Right.
she's giving you a bit of a heads up that in these kinds of circles, you're going to want to be cautious, and she's giving you this as it is helping her by making her group, quote unquote, not stand out, but it's also like her giving you a bit of a gift.
Okay.
So.
I will express my gratitude.
All right.
Do we decide now or next?
Put a pin. Nah, put in. We'll put a pin in it for next session. We're over time, but I'll give you guys the lay of land here. All right. Entering the manor. Okay. You guys recognize this place. Like I said, the magic in this place has not waned in the slightest. In fact, it is far more so than what you all picked up on last time. You're moving past these beautifully maintained gardens and hedges that seem to last a little bit longer than you all really remember the first time you were here. And once again, you are walking into a party that is already semi-kicking off. There's a little bit of light music playing, and there's people starting to congregate, people flowing in with all of their costumes. There's probably a few dozen, there's several dozen here outside, but as you start entering into the manor proper, there's well over 100 of the most beautiful people you've ever seen walking around in these extravagant bathing suits that are bordering on a line somewhere between lingerie and ballroom attire. And they're just putting everything on display. There are dozens of servants of any gender, mostly humans and elves that you all clock. They're moving about, all of them scantily clad. Others are adorned in nothing but gold body paint. And they're carrying a tray. Each of them is carrying a tray, and they're topped with these little shooter drinks, little like small caviar crackers and treats, and of course an assortment of various pills and gummy-like items. All right, I'm going to post all of these into the chat. Forgive me, I am trying to post all of the art here. Oops. Give you an idea. All right. You guys enter into the first section, which is actually, as you enter, it's on the outside. It is the pool side. This is the grand spectacle of everything. And as you almost walk through this like shimmering, it's almost like stepping from one side of a shower that's going on to the other. You don't feel wet or anything, but it feels as if you have passed through something. And as soon as you enter on the other side, you behold enchanted pools that are made to look up these incredible oceanside resort, complete with these magnificent waterfalls. You can even smell the salt of the ocean. There are dozens of these little gondolas for relaxing, pergolas with food and drink. You sense, like, also there's a certain degree of an expectation here. A degree of letting your inhibitions go and just enjoying yourself. You also pick up, every single one of you, even those of you that are not trained in magic, there is a ton of unchecked magic at work here. Giving you the sensation that anything goes in this place, in this particular section of the party. Essentially, you get the feeling that all magic is permitted around the pool. Socialize. Show off. If you dare.
Around the pool.
Post
Neat.
that.
Is the band playing near the pool, or do we know that yet?
Not yet. You don't know that yet.
Okay.
Posting a whole bunch here, just a second. But it is giving you the impression that you are in a faraway place. You are literally still standing outside of the mansion, but there's a degree of illusion going on here that you feel as if you're standing next to the ocean. It's like it's hard to explain in a concept that it's fucking magical. Okay. Moving inside, Joan begins guiding you all through, talking to several servants, and they start pointing her in a direction, and she kind of leads you all through. As you arrive to the inside, you are met with the casino floor. This is perhaps going from the outside to here, passing through yet another kind of like bubble, like another like portal, so to speak. You go from the chaos and debauchery of the outside pool area to perhaps the most calm and quiet place in the entire party, maybe even in the entire manor. There's soft light here shining on a resplendent hardwood bar, and it's working like half a dozen bartenders simultaneously, just rows upon rows of fine booze. There's a red velvet floor with gold filigree, there's fine art, nude marble statues. All around, also, there are various tables for throwing dice. There's the inaudible gentle tossing of cards and the clacking of roulette wheels, and that
shaking,
and the ever undeniable jingling of gold. So much gold. What's that one?
Oh.
Okay. That's what place here. Stop it. Operate. All right. Joan Jett leads you all into the third and final section you guys are permitted here in the party, the dance hall. You guys enter into this place, and again, passing through yet feels like another invisible layer. You are bathed suddenly in this magical neon purple and blue light. You enter into this grand club that has this multi-tiered stage that can host any number of performers. But there's also a small army of what look like these ghostly dancers and acrobats that are bringing this space alive with movement to the bardic beats that thrum in the air. They are moving around through the air on these like almost like smoky invisible platforms. They are dancing in between everybody that is moving through this place. Simple Arcana, I'm going to say that Ellie, and who all has Arcana as a skill?
I do.
Ellie and Argus, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. This is, you guys, even with even having to roll, this is an incredibly detailed illusionary magic. Like, magic like this is no joke to even maintain, like, on a single kind of entity like this. But there are dozens upon dozens of displays and, entertainment things that are going on here. And all of this is being maintained simply for the sake of entertainment. And it boggles the mind. I will post these.
Oh my gosh. Cirque du Soleil. Ghostly.
I could spend time here.
But this is the dance area. Basically, I can drop a... this is where the band will be performing. It is a... Basically, it's one room right after the other. You have to pass through the... Or, sorry, no, they're interconnecting like a triangle. You can move from the... You can move from the club outside to one of the sections of the pool area. You can move down to the casino. The casino can move to either one. Basically, in any room that you're in can lead to one of the others. It just may be on the other side of like a space. So, but you can... you don't have to pass through one room to get to the next. But with that, you guys start, Joan Jett immediately goes into like work mode, and she brings herself over. You guys are actually brought over to a stage area, that multi-tiered place. You guys are actually on the bottom. It looks to be the main platform where everything's going to be going on here. But she brings you over, and you guys are brought over, and you guys see an interesting like collection of performers here. There's an auto gnome here. That appears to be kind of like an automaton, much like, not really exactly like Argus. It appears to be far less sophisticated. It's what's called an autognome. They have a very short, stocky body with this one has a big head and this like large top hat on, and these long, spindly like arms. There's a goblin here that has this like kind of like punk rocker look to her. She has this like leather jacket on with all these spikes and studs, a bunch of bracelets on. She has this like kind of like electric looking lute thing on her side. She has hair kind of akin to the color of Quinn here with like pink streaks going through. She has a big like pink rose that's kind of done up in like a little beret or like a little like band thing through her hair. And there is also here a Aarakocra. And this Aarakocra has this like punk rocker look to him. He's like his feathers are done up on the top of his head in like purples and greens and blues. He's got this like spiked leather collar on, matching things, bracelets on. He's got these like strange, like not a tattoo in the way that you would tattoo a bird, but it's almost like he has spray painted designs and stuff like that onto his arms. His leg or his pants and stuff are all torn up, and he has belts and chains and everything going through. I'll go ahead and post that.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
And Joan goes into introducing you to her bandmates. Like, hey, babies, come over here. Please meet the Blackhearts. This is Do Re Mi, and she points to the autognome. This is Tito, and she points to the Aarakocra. And this is Fasola, and she points to the goblin.
Nice to meet you.
None of them really talk or anything like that. They're kind of real busy just like going into their whole setup, and they're getting their instruments tuned, and they just kind of all give you this like little gentle like curt nod or like a bow of their heads, just like sup kind of thing. But they all go about their business.
Nervously, Ellie reaches in her packet and starts flipping her cards.
And with that, as you guys all start like getting into places, and just before Joan has an opportunity to say anything, you all hearken over to the sound of trumpets, and there's the crack of it sounds like thunder, and there's an explosion of fireworks and confetti, and you are all drawn outside just real quick. And as everybody kind of gathers, and all the partygoers begin shouting in unison, "Polly, Polly, Polly!" and brought down, being carried on this like magnificent like platform, like some kind of fucking emperor, and being paraded through. Like, imagine the scene in like 300 where the emperor is being paraded through, and like all of the slaves are like carrying him down on this magnificent gold platform. And it's that. And standing atop of it with his arms spread out, everything is like oiled up. He is the shiniest of shiny, sporting the tiniest, skimpiest Speedo imaginable. Not a trace of body hair anywhere to be seen. And has this like diamond encrusted gilded codpiece over the Speedo. And it's open, but it is so thin, and it's like this transparent silk flowing robe. And it's working much like your cloak of billowing. He has just like this hero win thing going on. And out comes the host, the guest of honor, the patron of the House of Polly, Paulo DeSimeti Rex. And like I said, this guy still has the most Instagram of ridiculous bodies. Like pure vanity muscle, nothing practical. He is all looks. And he stands up and he addresses all of you in that same effeminate but pompous of tones, and just, "Darlings, my toys, precious, delicate, delicious, my morsels. Deny yourselves nothing tonight and permit me everything. Let us embrace together the future of the House of DeSimeti." And then all of a sudden there's like this like audible like murmur and a couple of coughs, and he immediately corrects himself and kind of like gives us like the House DeSimeti Rex. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh man.
Exciting.
I forgot how much I didn't like that guy.
I hate that guy. Let's kill him.
Especially with the images, the guy from 300, we're all like, alright.
Xerxes.
All goblins must die.
Yeah, he's basically Xerxes right now.
Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, Xerxes. Gotta die.
Presentation!
Well, he said to deny